All I need is the rhythm divine. Yes, everybody, welcome to the Street Show. The date, the 31st of July. The guest, Kendall Ray.
Hello. Woo-woo. I am so excited to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
Kendall Ray is a true crime YouTuber, and you know that I've been passionate about true crime, and Kendall is a fan of the show, which we love.
Yes, I'm a foot soldier. I've been for a long time.
That's amazing. Love that. Love it. Thank you. We need them all, folks.
Yep.
Can't lose a single one.
Nope.
Yeah. Round up.
Again, let's keep it up. Keep it up.
So,
oh, here's that one shot. I love that shot.
right there, yeah.
So cool.
So Kendall is here. We prepared a special presentation episode for us. H3TC.
TC.
Pretty catchy.
That's good.
About a special character named Scamanda. This woman faked cancer, and to a degree that we've never seen before.
To a degree that the IRS had never seen
That's
before.
fantastic.
First case of its kind will set a precedent for all future cancer frauds.
You hear that, Boogie? And so the reason that I chose this one from a list is because it was so on the nose with the Boogie stuff.
Yep.
And maybe in a sense, this is good for Boogie because it will, by comparison, make him look very innocent.
Very much so. Yeah. I mean, maybe not innocent, but yeah, she is so much worse. This woman
He never did. Anytime she does something that Boogie didn't, you gotta. Yeah. It was like, okay, fair
exactly. That's a great way to do it.
Today's episode is sponsored by Gamer Subs.
We love them.
No. Get too charged up.
No chugs.
New BTS is out. Thank you, AB, who's not here.
He's not here.
He's helping next door with something.
Oh, okay.
He's filming something for Ela, but I got your back if you guys need any fact checking.
Yeah, Lena's our true crime sous chef.
Yeah.
I love it.
She's our gumshoe.
I was
She's
inspired
our
by Kendall
gumshoe.
Ray, actually. I love all your videos, and
Oh,
that's
that's
what
cool.
initially got me into it.
Oh, Lena, that means so much to me.
We love
Seriously.
you here.
I'm such a huge fan of this show, of all of you, and the way that you have built this podcast has been truly inspirational to us.
That's awesome.
We have a couple
Thank you.
podcasts as well, and just, the way that everyone has such a unique, special job here, and you guys are such an ecosystem. It's just so awesome.
Well, all these people, I don't know if people appreciate that these guys all do have a job and they work.
Yeah, they're busy back there.
Yeah, like
hard
they're
to
not,
forget.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we're all here on the show having fun, but these dudes,
No,
these
they've been at it.
and dudettes work.
Yeah,
But
it was-
they're all the best. They're the best. What can I say?
They are. Zach was showing me his whole setup for. I've always been curious.
Oh,
how
you're
he
gonna
did
have to
it
sign
so
an
fast.
NDA.
I already got the
told me,
form.
he told me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't show me too much, and
I'm
I don't
kidding.
understand
I'm
anything.
kidding.
But
It is somewhat
yeah, it was
proprietary,
cool.
though, at this point, right, Zach?
You could say that, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no one like you out there. You're so quick.
Well,
Thank you.
the only one is Fred Norris, and he's been long eclipsed.
Yeah.
His game is. And anyway, listen, the Queen came through, and she brought the Queen of Melrose brought Olivia a birthday dress.
Yes.
But also, more importantly, she brought some dried sage and a stick.
Palo Santo.
Palo Santo, apparently. And she told us that we need to banish the pizza curse by lighting these smoky objects. And so I says here now, demons of Domino's. Was it Domino's or Pizza Hut?
It was.
It was
Well,
the
you know, it was both.
the triple stack boxes.
Let the
Who had
dominoes
that?
fall where they may, and crush the Pizza Hut under the big colossal domino at the end. Hallelujah in the name of Jesus. Wait, we can get.
It was definitely Pizza Hut at least once.
It was Pizza
gotta let
Hut
it
triple
light for a
treat
little bit.
box.
Yeah, because I remember Ethan and I
That
we
was the-
slammed that triple treat box after the show,
That was
sadly
the
in
Christmas
silence.
Bless you.
Yeah.
I remember standing
Something
in
like
your
the
kitchen
power?
with you, and we were both
So
just like
sad.
slamming on that pizza. Like, damn, that's
Yeah, man.
That is devastating.
I didn't realize that was gonna be our last.
Was that, I don't actually remember if that was the last time.
It
or,
was.
Okay.
I think so.
Oh, Olivia.
Okay, what, guys?
Okay, never mind.
It should be more smoky, right?
Well, the thing is you let, well, at least with Palo Santo, you let it sit at a 45-degree angle and like burn for, I believe, 45 seconds or something like
That's
that.
gonna come in here.
I know.
large.
I know.
That scares me. Well, that's
Don't worry. Don't worry.
In the name of Jesus, amen. In the name of Papa John, amen. Chuck E. Cheese, amen. The Spirit.
Smell this one. This one smells pretty good. You see? I love
Very
this
smoky.
smell.
In the night, do we have a fire alarm that's gonna pop off?
I'm scared of that.
Do we have
too.
sprinklers in here? I don't think so. We probably should, though.
That's a really good question.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We should probably
We do,
have
fire marshal.
like somewhere to stick these.
All
Yeah, let
right,
me
in
get
the
a-
name
for a
of
while.
Jesus and the
Glass of water.
blessings of the Queen of Melrose, amen. Dominoes, hallelujah.
Right now.
Hallelujah. In the name of Patricia Paytas, I banish thee. I cure both her and me of the pizza curse. Demons be gone.
Amen.
Pizza demons be gone.
Yeah, maybe a water. That'd be good. Put her out.
Take 5% of
Should we hit
this banishment.
Ready to light it?
Smells
Yeah,
nice.
let's get this, please. Golly.
You don't like the
really
smell?
It's not that I don't like it. It's just God.
Sage is not my favorite. I do like
It's like
Palo Santo, though.
supercharged.
It is. Oh, do you feel better? Do you feel cleansed?
We should order pizza and find out.
That's the truth.
We gotta test it.
Oh, I'm so down.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
All right. Well, with all that being said, guys, we got a lot to talk about here today.
Yeah.
And so, with all that, one last thing. Sam was supposed to have her last episode today. We are going to be doing that next week, so don't panic.
I'm very sad.
Yes.
That
I'm
those
happy to
beautiful
read it.
feathers.
We're just gonna keep extending it so that she can actually leave.
I'm totally
you
good
go.
with that.
Is she gone? She's not even here on her last day.
She's not here because we're doing it. It is no longer her last day, I guess is the
Sam?
simple way of putting it.
Sam.
Sam?
Don't say that. That's so sad.
Hey, Sam.
Sam.
Aww.
Nothing.
Oh, you can't show us Cam
Yeah,
right
don't
after
show
that.
Cam.
Nate, what are you doing?
Cam.
Oh,
Do
Nate.
that.
Too
Cameron.
much. Cam?
Cameron.
Cameron.
Kardashian.
Cam.
Sam.
This is
Kardashian.
Cameron. Sam. Cameron. Sam. Cameron.
AB. AB.
AB. Oh,
Oh
AB.
no.
God, no.
AB's never leaving.
No.
Better not.
Nah.
He's never leaving. Right, Lena? Never.
Me either.
I know. You guys are the best.
For life.
Anyway, speaking of the best, let's talk about the worst.
Yep.
Amanda C. Riley, popularly known as Scamanda.
Yes. Yes.
So I've got the PowerPoint.
Okay.
You just tell me when you want me to go to the next one, and I'll follow your lead.
All right. Let's just jump right in then. All right. Well, first of all, I want to give a little disclaimer that I never do anything live because I am very dyslexic and I stumble over my words constantly.
I don't know what that's like.
I feel like you read really well, though.
I guess for a dyslexic person.
Yeah, I'm pretty heavy
People
on
laugh
dyslexia.
at me though when I read, because sometimes I read good and sometimes I read not so good.
Well, I'm glad you're going to take it on today.
Thank you. I got you, girl.
That's the one thing. I'm so glad you chose this case, but the one thing that sucks about it is there is zero media as far as videos, audio. We don't get to hear from her.
That's a little ableist.
I know. Well, I think there is a docuseries coming out this fall, and I think that maybe they're holding on to some things for that. If they're going to make a whole docuseries, I'm assuming
what are
they've
they gonna
got stuff.
Who's producing it?
ABC.
Okay.
Yep.
ABC? Was it like a Dateline thing?
I don't know. It's a multi-part series from what I understand. There's not that much information about it yet.
Okay.
I do feel like this is going to be one of those cases that is pretty well known in the upcoming years. I'm surprised it isn't as big already. There's one podcast on it. It's called Scamanda. That's, I think, where the name really came from. And it's excellent.
I wanted to ask you a
recommend.
question. There's one thing I always hear in the true crime community, or at least there's like detractors of it,
Yeah.
who say like, oh, it's just exploitative of the families and Which is, I guess, I never really thought about it until the Jeffrey Dahmer stuff came out, and
Yeah.
I heard everybody being like, "Oh, they're just exploiting the families and stuff."
Yeah.
And I mean, on one hand, I certainly do understand. And there's probably certain lines
do too.
you shouldn't cross.
Oh, absolutely.
But on the other hand, also, it's certainly a matter of public interest.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
So how do you toe the balance there? How do you toe the line?
Well, I mean, true crime as a genre has been around forever, right?
Yeah.
And it is very important that these cases get coverage. There are thousands and thousands of cases, 90,000 missing persons cases specifically in the United States as of 2023. And there are just endless people out there who need the coverage, and oftentimes the mainstream media or even local media doesn't do a good job of getting them that coverage. So I think it's really important as a genre for creators to take on. And when I started true crime in beginning of 2017. And I was always a fan of it. I used to watch like ID and Snapped and all those shows growing up, and never really understood the severity of everything. Couldn't really understand the true perspective of what that would be like to live this every single day, some of the battles these families are facing.
Right.
And so over time, that's become so much more real to me. And I work a lot with families directly now.
Oh, that's good.
And I think that makes a big difference too when there's an opportunity to have a family speak for themselves, and obviously they know it better than anyone else.
Is there a protocol? Like if there's this great story that comes out, and what if you're not able to contact the family?
Yeah. Sometimes we're just not able to get in touch with
But
them.
will you still continue with the story?
Yes. Yeah. Because oftentimes they're so busy, especially with things that are breaking now. A lot of them are actually out there conducting searches on their own, so they don't have the time to do interviews. And the last thing I'd want to do is stress them out with that. But yeah, I mean,
it's certainly a tricky topic because,
It is.
it's a fine balance.
It definitely is a fine balance. I find it really important to make sure you have your research right. You never get salacious with it.
Right.
That you remember that it's not entertainment. It can be interesting to learn about these cases.
It's
of course,
not?
it piques our interest. What do you mean? Not entertaining?
Yeah, what?
I mean, I guess it is, but it shouldn't be.
That's why I watch it.
Yeah, and I get that. It is. Of course, it's entertaining, but there's also
Because usually the people are already dead.
most of the time, or they're
So
missing.
it's like a little, it's like I'm just going to enjoy what I can from that.
She's also
Yeah,
died.
yeah.
Is that a little grim?
It's a little grim. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I didn't
But-
kill him.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
both-
sometimes
yeah.
there's some room
That's true.
to poke fun at the killer and and law enforcement a lot. There's endless failures. I mean, most of the cases I cover are where police have really
That's what
fucked
I've noticed.
things
Just
up.
police incompetency is like a common thread throughout.
Like almost every case we cover. It's
Yeah.
very rare that we get to be like, and the police really nailed this one.
Yeah. And you feel so proud and happy when that happens.
Yeah,
God
yeah.
bless our police officers.
Yeah,
And then the
yeah.
other 99 times is like, fucking defund the police.
Yeah. I mean, God, I just covered one last week where it's just like, how does this happen? It's so insane. But I've learned over the years that having this platform is actually such a privilege, and that I can utilize my audience to do a various amount of things. I sort of use the term active true crime consumer to encourage people to take the extra steps, whether that's to sign a petition, to sometimes we'll have them reach directly out to the police or the DA or wherever they need to. And we kind of like make email templates to make it a little easier, because that's oftentimes what these cases need is there's just nothing happening and they need that extra pressure on law enforcement to get it done.
Do you encourage people to become amateur investigators?
No.
Because that is another thing. I know the police fucking hate that.
Yeah, and it can make things so much worse, especially if the case ends up going to court one day. That can actually be a huge problem.
But this case itself, as I understand it, was uncovered by amateur internet sleuths.
Yeah, Nancy Muscatello, who we'll talk about, she is an investigative journalist and had a lot of
Okay,
experience.
she's a professional.
Very professional.
But
I mean, she
certainly there's-
uncovered this whole thing.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah.
But certainly there's been large cases that have been cracked by sleuths.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, and some people do a good job. I know there's this one channel, I can never remember the name of it, but they actually go out and like search.
Oh yeah,
like
look for dead
lakes.
bodies.
Yeah, and
that
sometimes
guy's
they've found it.
amazing.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people in this space that are doing amazing things, and doing a lot of
Another
fundraising
tricky
and-
thing is like the majority of people are probably going to obstruct and damage the investigation.
Yes.
And some
yeah,
people will.
Right.
So it's like, what can you do?
And that's
Certainly Boogie's never done that.
But that's why I think people always ask me if like I'm consider myself an investigator, and in no way do I consider myself that. I do not solve anything, and if there's anything that's towing the line of speculation, I just stay away from it. I really try to stick to facts. I mean, a creator, podcaster, but also an advocate. I'd like to say that I would be that. I've worked with dozens of families at this point, a lot of them in person. I've flown out to them, been in their houses, and that's given me a lot of perspective for just how real this can be and what a toll it takes on people for years and years and years, especially when they have no answers. That's what I really can't wrap my mind around, especially now that I'm a parent, is having no idea what happened.
It's scary.
Just they're missing.
Yeah.
And you have to wonder, like, your mind must go through all the possible scenarios of what could have possibly happened.
The stuff with kids, I say it all the time, but like, bro, I can't do it anymore.
Same. I especially since I had my daughter.
Yeah, I just like, it's so disturbing. You seen the one about the dude who cuts off his sister's head?
I don't do anything like that. I can't even read it.
There's one detail about it that fucks me up that I want to tell you, but I almost can't even say it.
Yeah, please don't. I don't want to know. I don't really
It's
do
not
serial
funny
killers
at all.
or anything.
This is the one that
Sister snapped.
was like my final straw. I says I took a long break from true crime.
Good.
And
Sometimes you need it.
Anytime now I don't watch anything involving kids.
Yeah, I
shit
very
fucked me
rarely
up.
cover children anymore. Once I had my daughter, I couldn't for almost a year. And then I had a family reach out to me that needed support. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. But it's so mentally taxing and just...
It's just you feel like there's really evil in the world. Like people that are
of course.
fucking willing to harm kids, man.
Yep.
Just,
several layers of evil. And I to be honest, I consider Amanda an evil person.
Well, let's talk about Amanda.
Shall we get into it?
Let's jump right into it.
Okay. Oh, I love the sound bites. Zach was showing me some of the ones he was going to use. I told him we need to have the jaw rule fraud ones in there.
Okay,
sure.
Get those loaded up.
Oh,
good call.
That's
a good
Call that fraud.
Yeah, this is, we call a lot of this fraud.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so fucking insane. Amanda C. Riley. So, yeah. And here's a little disclaimer. The timeline in this case is a little bit all over the place. Like I said, I think they're still holding on to some things for a docuseries.
Who's they?
Charlie Webster and Nancy Muscatello, which I'm not completely sure. I'm assuming they're involved in the docuseries as well, but they were the ones who produced the Scamanda podcast, which is the only like full coverage on this case.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah. So there's sort of two big storylines, if you will, that are happening at the same time. So we're sort of going to be jumping back and forth in time a little bit for this to make sense. But there's the faking cancer plot line, and then there's also a big custody battle that's going on at the same time.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to when Amanda's frauding started, prosecutors say that it would be October of 2012. And that's where they can really start measuring it. But it definitely started before that. And I think most people can agree, if you're able to get to the point where you're this good at lying, because this went on 4 years, you must have been lying your entire life, right?
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's a comfort with deceiving people to such a terrible degree. Like, I mean, that's not normal.
No. And so I'm sure she started small, kept going. And you know, we all know liars in life. Have you ever come across a major liar in your life?
Yeah.
Do you want
I
to
look
talk
at
about
him
it?
in the mirror every day. No, I'm kidding. No, I think I'm a really honest person in general.
Good. I think you are too.
Yeah, I mean, not really. Just I've known like there was one person specifically in college that was just like a pathological liar that was always like just saying the dumbest, tallest tales. And after a while, we're like, oh, she's lying about everything. She's like, my dad is friends with Marlon Brando, and they lived on an island and had sex with like the natives. And I was like, okay.
The natives?
Like, just like the most outrageous.
I had a friend like that too in high
It's
school.
just like, bro, what?
Just lying about things that it's just like I don't care. Like
I don't think you're
like
cool
lying about things
because
to
of
try and
that.
impress people.
Yes.
With the weirdest things, it's just like that's so obviously not
Just
real.
sad,
and
yeah.
even if it was real, I wouldn't really care. So why are you lying about that?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that this person was malicious though, because I think they just wanted to feel like
Yeah.
accepted and cool.
I think it comes out of insecurity for a lot of people.
Absolutely, yeah.
Those are the types of liars I've known in my life too. Just people that want to impress you or seem like they know everything, you know, or some like wild experience like that. But I guarantee none of you have met someone like Amanda C. Riley.
I knew a girl in elementary school who we were all together K through like 8 or something. And I think in 6th grade, we all found out that she was actually 1 year younger than she was telling us. And I had gone to her birthday party and her mom saw me get her a like, congratulations, you're 12 years old today.
Why'd she lie about 1 year difference?
Her reasoning was she said that when she was a kid, her brother told her that when you're born, that's the day you turn 1.
Oh, that whole confusion.
And I was like, okay, girl.
That's fair.
We're in 6th grade today. And she told us the truth. She was like, I'm going to tell you the truth right now. I'm not the oldest in the grade.
She was pretending. Oh, she was pretending to be older.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, I could see that.
That's huge, man.
Yeah, I definitely knew someone.
Did you forgive her?
I don't know. Her brother was also going to go to the moon. And Raven Simone was her aunt.
Ooh,
Her mom knew
we like
Stevie
that
Wonder.
one.
Very cool.
I told
Her
some
mom
tall
would, like,
tales when
help.
I was in elementary school too. I told my teacher I was an actress and I was going to be in the live version of Anastasia. She called me out
That's
for the whole
amazing.
class, 5th grade.
Congratulations.
She calls you out? She's like, you lied,
She's like,
bitch.
Kendall, you had no idea you were an actress. And I was like, yeah. Yeah, that was super embarrassing.
Yeah, I think we've all
People
been
have
through
some-
that, something like that as kids growing up. Where you, I think what happens is like, it's part of our natural course of development.
Yeah.
You end up telling a lie and then you internalize how you feel about it. Was that
Yes.
comfortable? Did it make you feel powerful? Did it make you feel guilty? I think most people probably feel dumb and guilty and they stop doing it. But
Yeah.
some people feel like powerful and important and they don't see the downside of it. And then that turns into, which is, I think, abnormal.
Well, I feel like every child has lied at some time in their childhood, but most people grow out of it, right? I always think about the other day, my daughter, she like bonked her head on a cabinet and didn't even react at first. But then, of course, when I was like, oh my God, are you okay? Then the waterworks started. So it's like we learn early on in life that if you, in Amanda's case, faking an illness, it gets you a lot of attention, a lot of sympathy. And she just never grew out of it. So anyway, we can go to the next slide or maybe even 2 slides forward. Because, I was supposed to.
Oh,
tell you the
we're
next part.
behind.
Yeah, sorry.
Why
I'm
you
not good at
always
that.
lying? We know them.
Shout out to my sister. She made this PowerPoint.
Shout out.
She's a huge fan. She actually showed me you guys back in the day. She showed me Vape Nation.
Shout
all
out.
over from there.
Love you, girl.
Okay, so let's talk about some other well-known liars. These are all cases I've covered, minus Boogie. My sister had to add him on there
I
as
can
well.
tell you anything about Boogie.
Yeah,
Never did.
I know about him from you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I know I watched that whole documentary on him too. That was
Which
really,
was
who made that?
oh,
The
like
Mike
the downfall
Plum.
of Boogie.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of those.
That was wild. But the one that the one guy did, I think you guys had him call in.
Yeah, we did. Let me
Mike
get it.
Plum is
Yep.
Oh my
Yeah,
boy,
yeah.
yeah, that one's a cut above. That's not the ordinary like
No.
video essay.
No, it was so
Mike
well
Plum
done.
is the man. Yeah,
I loved that.
yeah.
But yeah, just to go over a few other notable people that I found I thought would maybe be interesting for people to hear about. These are all cases that I've covered. There's Belle Gibson, who's on the top left. She is or was an Australian influencer who faked having brain cancer and then built a whole social media empire around it. And she actually, her big thing was that she claimed her brain cancer was basically cured by eating super healthy.
Oh, that's so fucked
Like
up.
things like raw milk.
Yeah, that's so fucked.
Kale.
I hate her.
Yeah.
Did she go to jail for fraud?
No, she got fined, but it got so far that she ended up making this app and a cookbook called The Whole Pantry. I think a lot of people probably have heard of this, but Apple picked it up and they were going to launch that app with their iWatch
What
when it
pathetic
launched.
losers.
Or it's not called.
Jesus Christ, what morons.
It's not, I always say the iWatch. It's the Apple Watch, right?
I can't believe Apple is going to pay this moron.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to be a fucking genius to know that eating kale doesn't cure brain cancer.
Right? And they never even did their
It's
due
so
diligence to like
harmful.
make sure she didn't have it or anything.
Pathetic.
Yeah, it was
I'm never
crazy.
buying an Apple product again. Scum.
She got far with it. It didn't actually launch, but she was on the cover of magazines, Women's Health Australia, I believe it was.
Oh, you know what's another one here that I love that I'm not seeing is the lady who invented the machine that analyzed one blood
I've
drop.
covered that too. Yes.
What's her name?
Yes. Oh, what is her name?
Elizabeth
Holmes.
Holmes.
Oh yeah, her story is
Who
is
always was
really-
dressed like
Yeah,
Steve
this
Jobs
chick.
with her black turtleneck.
Yeah, she is such a fucking
She's
weirdo.
nuts.
She's in jail though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
She fucked around too hard.
Yeah.
There's
that was
pictures,
big.
dude. There's pictures of her and Jen Shaw cruising together on
I
the
saw that.
campus.
Yes.
the
Yeah, they're
prison
they're
campus.
besties.
Isn't that fucking
I've been
awesome?
talking about that on my
They
other
talk
podcast.
shop, dude. Don't let these two work together on the other side, man. When they come out, these two are gonna be a force.
Look at
to
that.
Isn't that bananas?
So weird. Yeah, Jen's like teaching yoga classes in there and stuff, and they're at like a really nice prison.
Those are fire jackets, bro. I know people don't have jackets that nice.
Sorry.
What? You say coat?
I was trying to show it on my screen, but my screen isn't working.
I thought
There
you
we go.
were- Like I thought you were like Ethan. That's a coat.
No, we're good.
It's like, bro, what? We splitting hairs on jackets and coats?
Jacket off.
But yeah, Belle didn't get any jail time, but she did. She was fined $410,000. So, and her whole reputation is ruined. And
That's
she still
pretty good.
really like
That's
has
a lot of
never
money.
fully taken responsibility, which is very common in.
Well, I
these
mean, I wouldn't be
cases.
surprised if she killed people by like kill. I mean, for real, telling
No,
them, "Oh,
you're
eat
right.
kale."
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, that's how Steve Jobs dies. Ironically, they're like, "Our founder died from trying to eat kale to cure cancer, so let's promote this
Is
girl."
that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
He didn't get traditional treatment until he was way too sick because he thought eating fruit would cure his cancer. What a fucking idiot!
Oh, that's crazy.
Moron.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is really weird that Apple was.
It is ironic,
Oh
yeah.
my god, you'd think they'd really be checking things before.
Also, another thing that makes him even more of a piece of shit is that he was accepting, he was cutting in lines, I think, to receive organs.
What?
And he still died because he wasn't getting the proper treatment. So, like, other people could have gotten those, obviously. And
Oh, that I had no idea.
yeah, he sucks.
Wow. Also, okay, Maddie Russo, she's the one in the middle. Have you ever heard of her?
No.
This happened pretty recently. I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. And she went super viral on TikTok. So she did all her scamming through TikTok. And this one was like pretty short lived because she really sucked at faking it. But she claimed that she had acute lymphoblastic leukemia and also stage 2 pancreatic cancer and a tumor the size of a football wrapped around her spine.
That would be very visible.
Right? You would think like a pretty ballsy way to go about things.
Sure, yeah.
But she scammed a bunch of nonprofits as well, and then scammed people on TikTok for about $37,000
Rookie
from
numbers.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like she could have done a lot worse, but people were able to figure it out because there was tons of people following her that had, you know, a background in medicine and were just calling out things left and right. So it didn't go very long, but yeah, she scammed over 400 people. She got no jail time, surprisingly, and that happened pretty recently. I was surprised. I was really hoping she'd get a little jail time.
God, should be
But
jail.
yeah, but she was fined roughly $40,000. She was very young. It was just really stupid. And what was annoying about her too is she always looked good in her TikTok. She would brag about how she was just crushing it in school and she was golfing all the time. I think she was on like a golf team or something, which was really annoying for people who were following her and were actually sick, you know, to compare themselves.
Olivia sent me a fact check here. By the time Jobs finally opted for surgery, his cancer had spread. Steve's choice to pursue alternative therapies to treat his pancreatic cancer was a decision he came to regret. Yeah, no shit.
Wow. I didn't
Guys,
know that.
you can eat fruit and do all that shit, but also listen to the doctor.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, then there's also Elizabeth Finch. She's on the top right. And her story is interesting because she was a writer for Grey's Anatomy. And she really and she pretty much used her cancer lies to get her into Shondaland, which is the production company for,
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of, I was like, okay,
don't know this
respect kind of
story.
for that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, It's hard to get in the business, man. You got to do what you got to do.
You got to crack your way in.
Well, and that's what because she never scammed money from everyone. For her, it was all the attention and to further her career. Because she would be able to get certain episodes for her to write because she's like, I'm the
I got this.
I've got it. I know the
this.
story. I can relate. So she would take work from
She
other
good
writers.
writer?
I mean, if she's working for Shondaland, I guess so. But I don't know. I used to be a big fan of Grey's Anatomy, but over the years it got insane. I had to bail after like season 11.
I
Too many
relate
deaths
to
to main
that.
characters.
I felt like I was going to get sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody was sick all the time.
I know. It just.
I said no pickles.
I'm not into doctor dramas for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, I was in like 4th grade when I
Doesn't
used to
hit
watch
the
it. Now that
spot
I've
for me.
gotten older, it's so ridiculous. But she's actually in one of the episodes. She doesn't say anything, but they like let her have a little cameo, and I believe that's season 15, episode 7. It's called "Anybody Have a Map?" If you're interested. But yeah, she was exposed, lost her job because of it, and she got no jail time and no fines because there was no way to hold her accountable.
Well, it
since she
sounds
didn't
like the
scam
other girl
money.
who's stealing money didn't get fined or prison either.
No, nope. They
But
went
you can
pretty light
steal-
on her.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
Amanda, the one we're going over today, definitely had the most harsh sentence for a case like this.
Sounds deserving though.
For sure.
Yeah.
She is so much worse than any of these people. Also, of course, you know.
DD mega doo doo.
I knew you were going to say that.
How could I not?
And you just watched like a newer documentary.
There was one on. I've seen so many documentaries about it. There's
Yeah,
like a
me too.
gajillion. I've watched a few of them.
I watched it like when that case was first getting popular, and I covered it initially, but
It is pretty incredible.
I haven't really followed it ever
Thank
since.
you. You want a coffee or something?
I'm good.
Thank you, Lena.
I got my water. So yeah, really no explanation needed on that case. I feel like everyone knows it. But that was obviously different too, because it's a case of Munchausen by proxy, which is now known as factitious syndrome.
Oh, they renamed it?
Disorder. Yeah.
That's not as cool of a name.
I know.
Munchausen.
Yeah, Munchausen, which is when you're faking sick, and then by proxy is when someone is.
Why would they change that? That name was fire, dude.
I don't really know why exactly, but that's different. What Amanda did is considered to be malingering, so it's not a Munchausen situation. So, okay, next slide.
What about the other guy?
What other guy?
You didn't mention the
Oh, right, Boogie.
the fifth one.
Well, I'll let you take that.
But you're right.
So this is Boogie2988.
I respect your decision.
He said he has blood cancer, and he didn't.
Yeah, obviously I fucked up.
Obviously.
Why did he? I think he lied probably because he liked the sympathy.
Yeah.
I think he has. I mean, Boogie's got a lot of issues, man. You know what I mean?
Klein invite you to his podcast. Use
Oh, here we go. Sorry about this.
Talk to you afterwards.
Oh, I
not
love
even
it.
feed you,
I've heard this a
barely
million
even
times.
Fucking treat you like a human being, and then block you on fucking Twitter.
Boogie,
after
now
you
is
did
not the
a
time.
shroom 3 times.
Please, I
Yeah,
have a
I
guess.
can understand why that would make you mad.
All
Let me
right,
sign
all right,
this motherfucker.
all right.
I can't believe you guys didn't feed him.
It's kind of fucked up.
That's fucked up.
This motherfucker thought he was going
That
to
was-
Hometown
that's on
Buffet.
That's on us.
Thought it was a podcast.
So awesome. Okay, so all the H3 universe knows the story of Boogie pretty well, but let's continue. So next slide. This is Nancy Muscatello and Charlie Webster. So they first uncovered this story in 2015. And Nancy, I just have to give her such a huge shout out. She is such a badass. This woman
Nancy's
went through
this
hell
one?
and back. Yes, on the left, or
The older one
yes, the older one.
with peace and love.
And her name's Nancy, huh?
Nancy.
So does she soul cycle? I see you're getting at Dan.
I don't know much
Yeah.
about her.
She like cats.
But she found out about the story through an anonymous tip and then really spent a long time. And just what she went through in all of this is truly unbelievable. Went through absolute hell to bring this story to light. And it's thanks to her that people found out about it, Amanda didn't continue to scam people in the future. So she teamed up with Charlie Webster, who is the producer and host behind the podcast Scamanda, which first aired pretty recently, 2023. It's excellent, you guys. I highly recommend listening to it, especially because today we're
After this.
Yeah, after this,
Yeah.
of course. This will give you like a nice overview of everything, but there's so much detail in that. as well as interviews and like actors hired to read certain things from the courtroom.
Watch this whole thing, and then you'll know if you want more or not.
Yeah, exactly. It's very good though.
And
I
ours
really,
is
I
better
really want to get them.
packaged, but theirs is also nice.
They're awesome. I just love these two women. They're such badasses.
So Nancy did this in the course of her job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, so next slide. Let's meet the players, if you will, of this case. Of course. Thank you. Oh, I love that. So serious. So this is Amanda C. Riley. She's the main character who is known for faking having cancer, and she started this blog documenting her illness and stole thousands of dollars from people who were donating. And we can go to the next slide. We'll obviously be getting into her much more as we go on. Next, we have Corey Riley, who is a very private man, hence why we only have this photo of him where it looks like he's just being interviewed by local news in San Jose.
They blitzed him in the parking lot of Walmart.
I don't know if it was related to this, though. I think that may have just been anything. I'm actually not completely sure.
Zach, you're fucking wild.
But yeah, he really tries to keep a low profile, considering.
Okay.
You're not going to be a fan of this man either.
Okay.
So he is the father to Jessa, and then the stepfather to Jamie, who I will explain. And yeah, most people are not a fan of him. A lot of people think that he is guilty.
Birds of a feather, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. And then he is the ex-husband of Alita. Now, Alita, there is no pictures of her. She's a very private person, but she was, as far as I understand, seemed like an amazing mother and truly went through hell in all of this. I mean, she really, I think you can argue, is maybe the biggest victim in all of this. There's lots of victims, but what she went through is brutal.
Okay, so we have Corey and Alita.
So they were married.
Are the parents?
Yes.
Of
Jessa and Jamie. However, Jessa is Alita's daughter.
Wait,
and
who the fuck is? We're talking about Amanda.
Yeah, so Amanda comes in. Don't worry.
Who's Jessa and Jamie?
Jessa and Jamie. So Jessa is Alita and Corey's biological daughter. Jamie, the oldest daughter, is just Alita's daughter, and she is the stepdaughter to Corey.
How are they related to Amanda?
You'll see.
Okay.
She comes in. She comes in next. That brings us to the next slide. Okay, so how did Amanda meet the Rileys? So at the time, this was around 2002, and Amanda was 17 years old. She was a college student living in the Bay Area, and she was introduced to the Riley family through a friend of hers, a friend of Alita's too, who knew Amanda from the local gym. She was a cheerleader, and she was brought into their family to be sort of a pick-me-up cheerleader kind of person, and a little bit of babysitting as well
What
for
does
the
that
girls.
mean? Pick-me-up cheerleader?
Well, because poor Jamie, the oldest daughter, ended up being diagnosed with leukemia.
Oh, she actually had cancer.
Yes, she actually did at only 8 years old.
She survived?
Yes.
Thank
yes,
God.
she did. She's doing well as far as I understand today.
Oh, God.
But it was horrible at the time. She was so sick, she had to leave school.
So sad.
Horrible. I mean, she had to spend months isolated because even just getting something like a common cold could kill her. So obviously she was very depressed being 8 years old and not being able to do anything a normal child is doing. So Alita, her mom, thought that bringing Amanda in to kind of be this like...
Just to prep her up? Was she just a bubbly person? And they're like, let's bring her on board to cheer up our kids?
Yeah, I think pretty much. I don't think she was ever, because they had a nanny too. I think she did some babysitting, but it was really just to be this kind of like older inspirational figure and keep her company, and then also teach her cheer and dance.
Okay.
So, and she was that for both of the girls. Amanda was really bubbly, kind, and really a great distraction for Jamie during this time, and sort of helped bring that fun in her life. And their whole family loved her. And she really kind of became part of the family in a lot of ways. And then eventually she actually does become part of the family, which I will get to.
Ooh, she fucked the dad.
Yeah.
Has to
Yeah,
be.
she
I've seen this story so many times. I know. I thought that even before I said it. When I saw this dude, I'm like, okay, they hired her as a babysitter. He's gonna fuck her.
Yep. And quickly. And remember,
It was giving American Beauty vibes.
yes.
What's your argument?
Yep. Definitely.
What's her? Oh, well, they're not technically related.
Brother and
Breaker.
sister want to make love?
But they're not related, Prager. It's a different fantasy this time.
Okay, next slide. So then, only 2 years after Amanda comes into their lives, Corey just randomly one day packs up all his shit, throws it in a U-Haul, and left Alita without any explanation. And remember...
Abandon his kids?
Yeah. Well, no, because he continued with the kids as well. But abandoned Alita and did it while she was at work. She had no idea. Her daughter, Jamie, had to call her at work and be like,
that's cold.
Stepdad is packing up his shit and is out of here. Yeah, it was super awful. And yeah, it was just extremely hard on all of them. But the interesting thing here is Jamie was really used to Corey being an asshole. And that's one thing that is nice to hear in the Scamanda podcast is there's interviews with her and she talks about this. But he clearly felt because she was his stepdaughter that he didn't owe her much.
He didn't care.
No, he didn't care about her. He never treated her evenly.
Well,
he would buy.
That's how you treat stepkids. Sorry, that was so mean and pointless.
Well, I mean, but keep in mind,
No. We love stepchildren.
We do.
We do.
I just did a stepchild joke,
But like it was
growing up. They're like, you remember that joke? Beat him like a redheaded stepchild. Horrible joke. Yeah, which I don't condone in any way. He should have loved her.
He should have at least treated her with respect.
At least.
Treated them especially because she has cancer.
Oh,
He never showed her any care for any of that.
If I had stepkids, I loved them unconditionally.
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Just to be clear. Just to be clear.
You are so gracious. And
That's amazing.
The term step is even like, who are you kidding? This is your dad. There's no step. The only stepping is into my heart and into my life.
My arms.
And then you can
Stepping
keep
up
the step
that you're
out.
doing.
This is my dad. This is my mom. There's no such thing as stepping.
I mean,
only
obviously
running.
every situation's so different, and a lot of
Daddy, chill.
step kids like hate their step parent and don't want that. But a lot of the times it ends up being, really like another parental figure for you and can be a beautiful thing. You know? But yeah, he would buy Jessa toys and he would make meals for Jessa, but not Jamie. He would straight up neglect to feed her.
Oh, that's the grossest shit.
Yeah.
It's like the Cinderella type of shit, right?
Yeah. And she had
nasty.
cancer. Like, it was just evil. Jessa would
that's
always
fucked
get like
up.
the best Christmas gifts, like super expensive, and then Jamie would get something that was like a fraction of the cost.
Did her mom ever like stand up for her?
That I don't know. There's really not that much information about Alita. I'm assuming so.
How do you get all this
she was
information
concerned.
that like she got like shittier gifts?
From the Scamanda podcast. There's interviews of her speaking on there.
Okay, so they talked to the daughter who had cancer. Okay, interesting. Okay, so we have firsthand accounts of all this. Nice.
Yep. So next slide. Then, surprise, surprise, Amanda and Corey get hitched.
And I'm assuming at this point she's no longer working in the house.
No.
That would be awkward.
No, but now she's living in the house. Oh, in a different house, but yeah.
Whoa,
she's
what's the
now
age
their
difference
stepmommy.
there?
Okay, so he is 12 years older than her. So
I expected it to be bigger for some reason.
Well, when she started, she was 17 and he was 29. And keep in mind, there was only...
That's horrible. I'm surprised he's only 29. He looks old as fuck.
Yeah. Well, this is a couple years later when they actually got married. But when she started, he was 29.
Wow.
And it's like, we have no idea when the relationship actually started. But like, if he leaves around 2 years after when meeting her, I think it's pretty safe to say it probably... Things were happening.
It didn't take very long.
Right.
Yeah,
it's not like this just happened. I don't know. So yeah. could have been a really creepy minor situation, but not sure there. So I definitely am not going to say that as fact. But it's just a weird dynamic that she went from being this like big sister role model to the girls, which the girls really loved her. Over the years, they would refer to her as their cool older sister, and now she's...
What? That was the craziest intrusive thought.
But Gamer Subs is awesome.
Oh my god, not that awesome, dude.
It was nice to hear the struggle that you go through though, out loud.
Wow.
I figured.
Yeah, he
It
just
was-
like
it was
had a
so
whole.
fast. It was so quick.
He had an
well-
internal monologue.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Out loud.
I figured with the button, I can just say it, and then at least
Get a laugh.
I can get it out. You know. Anyway, this. Thank you to Gamer Subs for sponsoring this episode. Brought to you by thirsty people everywhere, and us specifically today. You guys know we love Gamer Subs. We're Gamer Subs nations right here. So much so we have our own flavor. It's right here. It's called Sigma Brain because the alphas and the betas are crying in the corner. The betas are like, I wish I was Sigma. The alphas are like, I wish I was Sigma. Guess what? Take a couple sips of this and your mind will explode into
In a good way.
yeah. Like that one
Like
movie
not
where we took the
fatally.
drug. What was that? You got smart.
Oh, yeah. What was that movie?
Limitless, yeah.
Limitless, yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, it's like that.
It's
love that
exactly
movie.
like that.
Yeah, this is good stuff, man. Why should you drink Gamer Subs? Well, first of all, there's no sugar in it. So if you're addicted to sugary drinks, cut that out right now.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
I mean, I've talked to so many people who are hooked on like hard sodas and they'll lose like 20 pounds in a month.
Yeah.
Or something insane. So that's a reason. It's got minerals, it's got vitamins, it's got electrolytes, and it tastes great and it's caffeinated. So it's pretty much your miracle drink. And it tastes great. Love, for example, who is he's opposed to water consumption.
That's right. No water in this house. I load up with water in bottles in my fridge. When I wake up in the morning, boom, take a little powder, boom in the water bottle, and I head out. 5 seconds type deal.
Boom.
drink.
Out of the apartment at that
I
point.
make a
Everyone.
full drink in 5 seconds,
He's
and
got
then
a drink and he's out the door.
then I run to the office. No car, nothing, because that's what
Just
Gamer
powers
Subs will do
through.
for
Good
you.
thing you have that
Crazy.
that super mineralized, electrolyzed beverage.
Exactly, dude. I just
Yeah.
fucking fly there, pretty much.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you're not into the... So our flavor is spicy margarita. It's a little spicy. If you're not into spicy, you'll still like it. I need to emphasize that. It's just a little taste sensation. But if you're not into the margarita type of flavor, they have a ton of amazing flavors. There's one that you'll find that you love for sure. I love the mango one.
Can I smell it?
You want to taste it?
I would love to taste it. I've always been
I don't
so
think
curious.
it smells like... Yeah, it doesn't smell like much. Also, there's like some...
Yeah, it does. Oh, I like that. Ooh, yeah, it's like a little like.
Put a little on
like
your
dust.
gums.
A little
I
dust.
would love to taste it. Oh, Olivia's gonna make me one.
I did a line of that stuff. I don't recommend it. No, I'm kidding. I would never do that. That's a bad idea. And that's not a funny joke at all. We only drink it.
Yeah.
But at any rate, guys, if you want to check out other flavors, like mango,
Blue Raz.
Blue Raz. What's the one? Fart.
Guacamole fart.
Guacamole
There you
farts.
go.
Guacamole fart.
That's
That is-
really a flavor.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm not sure what it tastes like, but I hear it's good. It's one of the top-rated
it's
flavors.
It actually is.
It is.
But
pretty good.
guys, go to gamersubs.gg and use the code H3 to get 10% off your order. That's right. Gamersubs.gg. Use the code H3 to get 10% off your order. Thank you. Does she need ice, love? Like that's.
No, I got ice in there.
Oh, there is. Okay. Thank you. Thank
And
you.
it's just, oh, it's such a small scoopy.
So it says, I think for that size, technically you should do.
Yeah, you want
Two?
to take a one and like a half.
Well, do the
For
whole
one and a
thing.
half.
You're gonna do at least one.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
maybe a half.
little bit
Yeah.
more. Okay.
How much water?
Ooh, it's blue. It's pretty.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's probably about right.
All right.
It's 1 scoop per 8 ounces.
Okay.
Yeah.
So definitely a little bit.
So yeah, guys, head on over. Thank you so much to our wonderful sponsors over at Gamer Subs. Appreciate you guys so much.
Is this your guys' cup too?
No, our cup is forthcoming.
Oh, okay. Not here yet.
I saw lots of conflicting opinions on
Oh my
it,
God.
and
I love
did?
this.
or maybe
it's so
it was
good.
maybe I saw
I
it
saw
in the.
overwhelmingly positive.
So there's
No,
a.
I don't get any spicy really.
It comes.
It's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
It's like a
it's
little
on the
bit of an
back of the
aftertaste.
throat
Yeah,
a little.
Yeah.
It just tickles your.
It
Tickles
reminds
So
me of
refreshing.
Thank
It
you.
is.
Yes.
It
Pretty
is.
good. It's
like
pretty
you know
good.
after you
We
take a
did good.
ginger shot and you're like like the little bit, it's kind of like that.
That zing a little bit. Mhm.
It feels like
no,
I feel
so
good right
good.
now.
I gotta order some of this.
Hell yeah, we have tons of it. Takes some to go.
Takes them to go, yeah.
So thank you to them. And what else? Was there something else I was going to say? Guess not.
Cool.
All right.
All right, we're back in it.
Good timing on
So, one thing
Oh, where
Janice...
did the tub go? I have the top, but no tub.
Oh, I have
there
it
you
over
go.
here.
It's a dangerous
And watch me like
prospect.
knock the whole thing over.
Yeah.
That would be so me.
So you.
So, Dan, I'm not seeing... It's weird. I don't see the text.
Hold on, maybe
That's supposed to be on this one?
I got you.
Is that it?
I just had to
Hey,
click again.
There it is. Okay. So, yeah, it came out that Amanda and Corey were getting married, which was a total shocker to everyone. From what I understand, they really had kept it under wraps, any type of relationship that they had.
So they were like, not only are we together, so you guys know we're getting married as well. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's a hard launch, I believe that's called.
Yeah, definitely a hard launch. She's now the stepmom. And of course, like...
Do they fuck with her now that she's like ruined their family?
Fuck no,
Okay.
absolutely not.
Okay.
But at the time, I mean, from what I understand, they really liked her, especially in the beginning.
Sure, yeah.
So, yeah, everyone felt weird about it, especially Alita. Definitely really shocked. And then, of course, you have to consider the power dynamic, too, that he's employing her, or like, in a sense, that she's brought in specifically. I think they were paying her, too, to do whatever she was doing.
Has to be, man.
So, yeah, super, super strange dynamic. So, yeah, next slide, which we're already on. So, at first, Alita, as pissed and shocked as she was, tried to stay as civil as she could with both of them. She even tried to develop kind of a friendship with Amanda because she knew that they were going to be raising the girls together, especially Jessa, who's Corey's biological daughter, as a reminder. So she would even call up Amanda and like bitch about Corey to her, and they would kind of like bond over shit that he did, which I don't know exactly what things those were, but they were kind of building like, I don't know if you could say it a friendship, but they were like pretty civil about it.
Okay.
And Alita was trying to be really mature for the kids' sake. But that all changed.
I'm pretty sure Hila would assassinate me, just for the record. If I pulled that shit, I think she would say, enjoy it for the next week that you're alive. Fucking kill me.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. But it all changed any type of semblance of a friendship or being civil, because one day she gets papers in the mail and finds out that they are trying to get full custody of their daughter, Jessa.
That's so gross.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and she was like totally blindsided by this, had no idea that was even something they wanted. And it's hard to figure out why they wanted that so much. I mean, I think there's like some things to discuss here about like, were they trying to like make it the perfect looking relationship? Like, my husband kind of was like, maybe it was sort of because they knew this scam was eventually going to unfold and she's going to be this mommy blogger sort of, which I'm sort of getting ahead, but like maybe she wanted to make it look more like the perfect family and get like Alita out of the way. But
I think so. The girls must have been horrified by this prospect, right? Of being full-time custody with the dad.
Yeah, I don't really know all the. I know she was very upset because she was very close with her mom. So yeah,
They lived in the same city.
Yeah, I believe so. I don't know exactly how far.
I think it was. I mean, they're both obviously quite psychotic. The both of these two.
Yeah.
I think there's probably just some psychopathy of feeling like you need to collect everything and own everything and like be in control of everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And like at first, she ends up calling Amanda, who, like I said, she had sort of built this like weird friendship with, and she expected her to be on her side and be like, I don't know what the fuck Corey's doing. But when she talked to her, it was very obvious that wasn't the case, and that whatever friendship they had was over for sure.
Fuck that.
Yeah. So not only that, they put her through absolute hell. Corey and Amanda were trying to ruin her reputation. And there was one instance a little later down the road. There's no like exact date for this, but at one point, someone called CPS on Alita, like someone from the school that the kids went to, because Amanda and Corey were spreading lies about her being a bad parent and telling people that she was a drug addict, which was completely untrue. They just made it up. And what's surprising, and I wish I knew more about how this actually happened, but at one point the judge actually gave Corey and Amanda full custody of Jessa for a year.
What the hell?
It was fucked up.
They're here, Lena. They're chilling.
And then she could only talk to...
Why is it that I always hear like these custody battles just go so fucking sideways in these
It's
cases?
horrible. I know.
Like, you moron, pathetic loser. How dare you take the kids from the mom?
I know. And it seems like it was more of like a way to win, you know? Like, it wasn't even about really getting custody of Jessa. And her mom ends up only being able to talk to her once a week over the phone, and it had to be monitored.
That is fucking disgusting.
It's horrible.
That judge should be fucking disbarred and disgraced.
I know.
I never did.
Boogie never did that. He didn't have kids,
never
but
did
he would
that.
never.
He never did that.
I never did.
Although it's a good thing he doesn't have kids, because apparently if you Google your name, you'll see that he's a pedophile.
Yeah, that is right.
And also he beat his wife.
Beat my ex-wife, and I am also a pedophile.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's, well, that didn't sound good.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly not.
Duh.
Yeah. It's a lot.
So
That's disgusting. It makes me want to spit, dude. It legit makes me so angry.
Spit. Hawk two.
It makes me want to hawk tui all over this.
Oh, hawk tui.
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk to it.
I'm so over her. God, I don't have a problem with her. Like, she's cool, she's fine,
Yeah.
she seems nice. But like, stop.
That one's so
Get
crazy.
her out of my fucking feed.
I
I'm
know.
over it.
Is it still? I don't see much of it these days.
I still see
I
her,
see her all
man.
the
Really?
Like she's still doing like big podcasts and.
Let's have her on.
You
Yeah,
should
she's
have
doing
her
a
on.
round.
No. And again, nothing personal with her. She seems
No.
very nice.
Yeah, it's not her fault.
Jump the shark, though.
She did great on Whitney's podcast. Yeah, she did great.
On
I saw a
Whitney-
clip from
Whitney
Howie.
Cummings. She was
Mhm.
on there. Oh, cool.
I'm hawk tuied out, man.
Yeah.
You're hawk tuied out.
I want to hawk tour you off my feed.
Me too.
Okay, so things get way crazier from here. We can go to the next slide and get to Amanda's cancer diagnosis. So, in 2012, she gives birth to their first son together. And at that time, she also announced that she had been diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is a type of blood cancer that affects the lymphatic system and the immune system. And it's horrible. And at that point, she starts a blog. And I don't know if you remember, but I feel like I started YouTube around 2012, and I remember blogging was so huge at the time.
I was never connected to the blogging world.
Yeah, I tried to do it, and I'm not good at typing, so
I know it was a big
bailed,
thing, but I wasn't a part of it.
I feel like the height of it was like 2012 to 2014 in my memory.
The
So-
blogosphere, that was a thing, right?
Yeah, it was big, and of course people still have blogs now, but I feel like our attention spans have gotten so
make a
limited.
YouTube video.
Right. So she never got into like the YouTube and stuff like that. It was this blog, and the
Shame.
blog is called "Lymphoma Can Suck It," and the headline was "My Story, Our Journey." And this was really a place for Amanda to update her friends and family about her health, and also be a resource for other people struggling with cancer. Which, knowing what we know now, is so fucked up that she's giving these people advice and inspiration, and they're looking to her for that.
I would call that false advertising.
Yeah, definitely
No,
false
it's worse than
advertising.
that, J-Roll. Let's not downplay it.
I would call that fraud.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's more accurate.
That's
Maybe
right.
even worse than fraud, my goodness.
Mm-hmm. So in her first post,
Well, hold on. It
she's-
says custody dispute took a turn when Amanda received her cancer diagnosis. What was the custody dispute
yeah.
change?
So that I'll kind of explain that a little bit more here in a sec, but that definitely played a factor into things.
In favor of the mom or the dad?
No, it was just strange that it made it even more confusing to Alita of why they were
Why
trying
would
to
you
do
want to
this.
take on more responsibilities if you have cancer?
Exactly.
Makes no sense.
Exactly.
You need all the help you can get.
Yeah. And in her first post, she's talking about how her pregnancy was masking the symptoms of cancer for a long time, which is kind of a sentiment she continues to use.
Wait, Amanda has kids?
Yeah, she had her first son with Corey in 2012.
Okay, so they had a child.
They had a child together.
What a love story.
Beautiful.
Inspiring.
But yeah, she said the baby was like completely healthy because she didn't know she had cancer until he was born, according to her.
Well, that happens a lot. It happened to my mom.
Did it?
She found out she had cancer because she was pregnant with me.
Oh, really? Did she find out while she was pregnant?
She found out when going to do a checkup for the pregnancy.
Did they have to start treatment during her pregnancy? Or
No, they waited till after I was born
yeah,
to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's too dangerous to the baby. Like you
Exactly.
kind of have to be like, you're basically gonna lose the baby. I feel like if you do it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
And my mom, God bless her.
Yeah. We're so happy. Donna.
She waited.
Strong queen.
She waited.
He is. But yeah.
Nuts.
She said that it was masking the symptoms, though, which doesn't really make a lot of sense because they are running blood tests constantly when you're pregnant. You're being checked up on a lot. But she said doctors eventually caught it, and then she would be starting treatment after the baby was born. And yeah, the custody battle was impacted by this because when Alita found out that Amanda had cancer, she actually felt really bad for her.
Oh God, this poor lady.
Oh, I know, it's horrible. I feel so bad for her.
But any normal good person would, like.
Of course.
Nobody's gonna assume that they're lying about having cancer.
That's the thing. Is like, would you ever question someone who tells you they have cancer?
No.
Fuck no.
Other than Boogie.
Why do you think she lied initially? Was it from spending time with Jamie and then seeing like the sympathy or the support she was getting through her struggle?
You know, I truly wonder if that was part of the inspiration. I mean, like I said, I think she's been lying her whole life. And the lies start, which we'll get into later, a little bit before 2012 as well. We'll kind of backtrack a little bit. But that's a great point, Lena. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a big part of the inspo.
I mean, she's already reaping the benefits of it by getting sympathy from Alita. So
right,
she's kind of already, reaping some benefits psychologically for herself.
And of course, Alita's thinking like she just had a child, and the idea that he could lose his mother was devastating to her. So she really tried to be supportive of them, but that at the same time, she was totally confused.
Although
Why
I don't
do you
know,
guys want full
if I was
custody?
her, I'd probably want her to die. Just being real. I would pray to God that the cancer took her fast. If she took my kids, ain't no fucking peace.
I know. I mean, she was a saint through all of this too. I don't know
I'd
if
pray
I could
to
be...
Mother Mary to accelerate the cancer to her brain.
Oh my God.
If there's a God,
I get it.
May tumors grow in her brain.
Get cancer and die, you son of a bitch.
That is so me though. If somebody comes after my kids,
Yeah, I mean, I can see what you mean.
she seems like a very nice
She's like
woman
a
though.
saint with everything that was going on, and then them lying about her being a drug addict. I mean, to deal with
Fuck no.
CPS.
Hell no.
Oh, it was so fucked up. And yeah, she was just confused about why they would want full custody when Amanda had cancer. You'd think that of all times they would want Alita's help, right? And then it got even weirder because Corey and Amanda end up filing for bankruptcy, stating that Amanda's cancer treatment caused them financial devastation, and therefore they couldn't afford to pay Alita child support anymore.
Don't they have to show proof to file for bankruptcy?
Yeah, they
like what the fuck? Oh, that's where she got caught. The IRS.
Nope, not at this point.
Like what a dumb fucking thing to do.
Nope, they under oath, which is perjury, claimed the financial devastation, and they even presented a falsified bill in the amount of $288,000. They literally just like whipped this shit up.
Why are they so confident that they're not going to get busted for that? That's a high crime. And by the way, that dude definitely knew, because his ass knew that there wasn't $280,000 of money going to cancer treatment. She didn't have cancer. He must have known.
Exactly. That's why they made the bill themselves.
Yeah.
And they presented it to the fucking judge.
Just so they didn't have to pay her child support?
Yeah.
Do you know how much child support it was? I can't imagine it was even that much.
I don't know exactly how much it was, but it's like confusing that they're like, we can't pay you child support, but we want full custody of her.
Right.
Make it make sense. It's
What
so
did he do
wild.
for a living?
I don't know. I've heard mixed things.
He
I
looks like a
believe
contractor.
I think he like installed fire alarms or something, or like
Kinda
maybe
close.
was a firefighter. I've heard.
Yeah, kind of close.
I don't really know.
Someone that works with ladders would be my guess. That's what I got.
Definitely
see
could
that.
be.
I was about to be like, how could you possibly tell that from just looking at him that he's a contractor? But it sounds like he's a contractor.
I got a feeling, man.
Yeah.
You know the
I can
type.
see it.
It's so funny.
So yeah, it's like, why do they want custody if they can't even afford it? And it really seemed like it was more just to win at the end of the day, more than they actually wanted custody of this poor child. Okay, next slide. More cancer BS. So Amanda's blog is unbelievably manipulative. And one thing that really sucks is the blog was taken down a long time ago, I believe because she just stopped paying for the GoDaddy, whatever, hosting for it. But there were a couple posts that were archived, so we'll be going through those today.
Did someone else get the domain?
I don't know. I remember seeing people would go to it and it was something totally different.
What was the website?
I'm not sure. Maybe one of you guys can look it up. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Scamanda blog website. Let's see what's there. I guess it wouldn't be Scamanda. It would be Amanda C. Riley. Yeah. She wouldn't name her own blog that.
No.
I don't think she advertised that way.
No, I think that was coined by Charlie and Nancy.
Anyway, if you happen to find that, Olive,
Yeah, maybe we can keep looking.
I'll take a look at it. But yeah,
we're looking.
But of course, in her blog, she is talking about how hard having cancer is and how stressful it was on her and her family, especially brought up the finances quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll read some posts in a bit, like I mentioned.
Why does it lie?
Why does it lie? But she made her cancer journey really a roller coaster. And I don't know if she really kind of got off on that, like the ups and downs of it. She would go from being completely cancer-free in a post, and then the next she'd be the sickest she'd ever been on the brink of death. This was
That
like
makes
reading
no
this
sense.
thing would give you whiplash.
Certainly people were like, this makes no sense. That's not how cancer works.
They weren't though.
I guess, again, who questions that shit?
She got away with this for so long. Like
Not
one
even a
knew
smart
for a
criminal.
long time.
Sounds like a very dumb and sloppy criminal.
Oh yeah, there's.
I could have done
much
this
worse
way
coming.
better, dude. For real. That's my thing. I've been watching Vitali's pedo hunter shit. Has anyone been watching that?
I've seen it through you guys.
I've been watching it every night. You've been watching it, Love?
Hell yeah,
He's
bro.
so bad at it. They spent like $2 million on this production. They have a whole empty theater.
Yeah.
And they don't do anything with it. Like, I would have made a trailer that had the pedo's face and maybe even showed a dick pic. Like they don't do anything
fuck
fun
up
or
so
interesting. They just come, he just breaks a piece of wood and comes out and starts yelling at him.
Yeah,
and
they'll be
then they
like-
always just start running.
They'll stream like the whole setup and it's like super epic and cool, and then the
They just
pedo
run.
comes in and he leaves. It's like, what the fuck is this?
The movie theater one, they really fucked up too, because the guy, I think, got
Yeah.
tipped off when they put the steak thing over her face.
I also
Yeah.
think they had a massive cameraman just in the corner of the room standing like this.
You saw that? You watched that, AB?
Yeah, I have 14 hours worth of footage that I'm combing through for a segment on Friday.
I'm getting tired. I'm still watching it because it's like so bananas. This is what happened last night.
This was one of my favorite.
Right here.
Outside, motherfucker.
He put a needle
look
in
at
his
him.
arm.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep, he's nuts.
He claims to be 2 years sober, but I don't.
Well, does steroids count? I don't think so, right? I mean, he's definitely on steroids. That's not
He
even a
said he
question.
is in
Yeah.
the past,
Oh, he's
yeah.
he's
he
admitted
has to
it.
be, right?
He's not natty. That boy ain't natty.
I've only ever heard about him through you guys. He was the one that did the whole giving out McDonald's to the homeless. Was that him?
Yeah.
I believe
Yes.
it was he did.
backup,
Yeah, he was the main guy
backup.
in feeding the. Yeah, that
There's
was it.
enough for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was Subway.
Disgusting.
I'm sure you'll be
Oh,
able to
the
do a video
Subway?
on him one day.
Maybe I will.
You'll probably come across
The way he's going,
I
man.
just
Don't
can't
worry.
stand listening to him. It's like triggering.
I'm not even gonna lie though. I've been giggling at this.
Oh, it's yeah, I
this
love
shit.
it.
He's just so
Well, that
great.
clip-
I just wish that somebody there actually cared. Like somebody there, try
takes it
a little
seriously.
fucking bit.
Yeah.
Because they have so much potential.
Isn't it? It's like sponsored by Snapchat.
Steak.
Oh, steak.
Yeah, they have unlimited funds. It's crazy.
yeah,
they have
yeah, they do.
But anyway, the point is I'm so much better criminal.
Good. That's good to know.
Thank you.
But yeah, the blog was definitely a roller coaster of emotions, like super dramatic and ups and downs constantly. And in the Scamanda podcast, they refer to this as terminal miracle, terminal miracle. And that's really what it was like reading this blog. And just to make it clear, I think we all know it's not illegal to lie. You can lie about anything. You can lie about having cancer.
You can't lie under oath.
You can't lie under oath, but you can lie to your friends and family. You
You
can lie
can't
in a
lie
blog.
about having a fire in a public space.
Okay, yes, you're right. You're good for some good points. If it affects other people, then yes. That's where you can.
I'm just saying.
Especially when it comes to soliciting money. That's where you're going to really get into trouble.
That's what is that called?
Fraud.
Right. Ja Rule?
I believe so.
Any input?
Ja?
I would call that fraud.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ja.
He's the
That's
master.
fraud.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank
So
you,
it's not
Ja.
illegal to lie about having cancer, but it is definitely illegal to solicit money from people under these false pretenses.
Right.
All right, next slide. So September of 2013 is when the soliciting of money actually starts. So the blog starts 2012, but then she starts putting this like support button on her page, which I believe was set up through PayPal. I might be wrong on that. I don't believe it was GoFundMe, but it was her own little button that people could donate to easy through
Were
her
people
website.
outside of her immediate world starting to read this?
Yes. Oh yeah.
So it was a somewhat popular blog.
Yes. It got pretty big.
Okay. It says, support Amanda. Consider giving Amanda and her family help through this difficult time.
Yeah.
Every few dollars can make a difference. Not every dollar, every few dollars. So pony up.
Okay, so yeah, she added this link where people could donate, and then here's a quote from her from the page that we still have. If you want to read that, Ethan, it's on. I made a little doc for you.
I got it open.
It's quote A. I figured people would have more fun if you read it.
I got you. Are you telling me where it's located?
Yeah, it's
Is it the
sorry,
first
it's
one?
quote A.
Okay. Here is a quote from Amanda C. Riley. Everyone was thrilled to learn. Wait, she's writing about herself in third person?
That's what I've always wondered. I don't know if she was like trying to make it look like someone else. A lot of it is written in first person, but this specific post, my guess is she wrote it about herself in third person.
Well, who the fuck else wrote it?
I mean, maybe Corey or like maybe she had other people that were helping her organize the blog and stuff. Like, I don't know. But
So it says, everyone was so thrilled to learn Amanda beat Hodgkin's lymphoma in spring 13, but unfortunately it has returned. The next year will be a battle of her life, and Amanda needs everyone's help. Her treatment plan will require 1 to 2 months of hospitalization in early 14 to administer 4 rounds of beam chemotherapy and several rounds of low-dose radiation that will kill her cancer cells. These therapies will also kill her stem cells bone marrow, requiring an immediate bone marrow transplant to bring her back to life. She's beginning oral chemotherapy 9-1 on a new wonder drug, which will slow the growth of her cancer cells while she undergoes surgeries for bone marrow harvesting over the next 4 to 5 months. How can you help? Amanda has been a ray of sunshine in all of our lives. And we all, well, not all of them. And we all will continue to share our love and emotional support, keeping her always in our prayers. While we can't control the cancer or the daily toll this battle will have, we can help minimize some of the stress by reducing the financial burden of medical bills and daily living expenses. Open your hearts and help Amanda and her family through this difficult time. No donation is too small. Even $5 can make a difference. That's a hard sell.
Yep.
They're not even being coy about it at all.
Oh no, and they get so much more pushy as it goes on. This was like the first big one.
So yeah, I mean, okay. Wow.
Yeah, pretty fucking nuts. So yeah, brings us to next slide. But when all was said and done, at this point, Amanda she received 447 donations totaling over $60,000. And this is just the beginning of this, right?
And this was in 13?
This is in September of 2013 to March of 2015.
Let's do inflation calculator, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's a good move, yeah. And also these donations, 447 donations, I believe multiple, like people would make donations multiple times. So I don't know if it was 447 people. I think a lot of people would do like reoccurring and things like that.
What year was it?
September 2013 to March 2015.
2013. So.
What year is it?
In 2013, 60,000 was worth Whoops, wrong number. Hang tight, guys. We're calculating. It would have been 61,800. That can't be right. That's it?
Yeah. How that doesn't make a lot of sense.
61,000?
Yeah,
I guess it was only 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's not I don't know, but
inflation.
seems-
I'm telling you, inflation comes, man.
Mm.
Okay, Amanda, I see you. She probably didn't report that to the IRS either. That was just like cash in hand.
Fuck no. Yeah, that's right.
She's so dumb, she wouldn't even think to do that.
No. And she's getting money, a lot of money from friends and families and members of the community, but then, yeah, just total strangers who picked up on her blog. But according to court documents, Amanda's mother, who's named Peggy and weirdly likes to go by Goddess.
So hold on, who is this?
Her mom, Peggy.
Peggy is Amanda's mom?
Yes.
And she goes by Goddess?
Yeah, I think it's kind of like her grandma name, maybe.
Okay.
Goddess.
We've not met her. We haven't met her mom yet, right?
No, and she's not a huge character in all of this. But
Well, that could explain why she's so damaged.
yeah,
Her mom goes by Goddess.
yeah, that always has struck me as very.
Thank you, Olive.
Struck me.
60,015 is worth 79,000 today. So, I mean,
Oh, is that what it is?
it's
Okay.
80,000. That's a big difference,
Yeah,
lady.
yeah, that's a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
But in total, Amanda would end up stealing over 100,000 as time goes on. However, what's important to note is we believe it's closer to like $400,000. I'll explain it a little bit more because the IRS could only track money that came over the wire, so donations online. But she's also getting cash, soliciting money through church, which
So
we'll get
basically,
to,
they
too.
could track. They just couldn't track the cash.
No.
Okay. Which
or
makes
gift
sense.
cards or services. People are doing things for her.
Gift cards.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they should probably count services because the IRS don't fuck around.
Mm-mm.
Someone mows your grass, they're like, boom, $50.
Yeah, but they didn't count any of that. It was just what came in through the wire.
Okay.
So it's like her final. Yeah, I'll explain it more as we go. But anyway, next slide. One of the other ways that she was able to solicit money was through her church, which was a mega church, baby. So. Oh yeah.
God bless. Well, I'll
Yep.
tell you what, man. This here lady, Amanda, Jesus whispered in my ear, said she definitely has cancer. God talked to me. He ain't never lied to me, boy.
Amen.
Amen.
Dude, how you gonna... Go on, Dan.
Have we considered that the megachurch cured her cancer? Perhaps she really did have cancer, and they did the thing where they hit him in the head and they fall on the ground.
I'm healed in the
I heard that works.
Have we explored that possibility?
Or well, I've seen one where they like
Yeah.
hit him with an imaginary lightsaber.
Or like they can vomit out
Yeah.
all their cancer.
lightsaber?
Right, something.
Yep.
Right,
like with
Big
the
Nick.
sword of
The
God.
power of the Lord.
The sword of God.
Yeah.
Jesus' name.
The God that
Yeah,
gives you
exactly.
cancer.
I mean, that would have been an interesting defense, better than, I don't know. But they must have. Okay, well, let's see. I'm not gonna get it myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, this mega church is the Family Community Church in San Jose. I'm sure a lot of people out here have heard about it because it is visited by thousands of people every week. It is massive.
God did.
And she actually got in with like the young adult church service group, which was called Encounter. And it was for ages 18 to, I believe, 37. And it was run by Pastor Chase, which, to be clear, Pastor Chase had no idea that any of this happened. So he's innocent in all of this, but he definitely gave her the platform. She would come on stage and speak about her cancer
okay.
journey. She was like a big figure.
She was
in the
comfortable.
church. She came all the time.
I love how like she's just so into the role.
Oh yeah, she
Method acting.
completely
It's
embodied this, and I wish so badly that we had clips of her
Man,
at church.
how
I
can
would
there
have
not be
loved
any
to
videos
see.
of that?
I don't understand.
Speaking at church.
I've never had a case like this where there's nothing. Which again, I think they're hanging on to stuff because I think this will be a well-known documentary eventually. But it would have been great to see. But Pastor Chase would let her get up on stage and speak about her cancer journey. And people would actually come to the church specifically to hear Amanda speak because they were so moved by her. And yeah, she did this for years. We can go to the next slide. So she would tell everyone about her cancer battle. And of course, she's really tying faith into it, right? Like she's I'm a walking miracle, essentially. Doctors told me I was going to die a few years ago, and I'm still here. And then she would use these up and downs of being so sick on the brink of death to I'm completely healed, and it was like God's miracle, you know? So these people are like moved.
Jordan Rosenberg says, I gave this bitch a $10 Starbucks gift card. What the fuck?
Who's that?
That was from Jordan Rosenberg.
Oh, is this a chatter?
One of our viewers.
Yeah.
Saying.
You did?
I don't know
They
how.
said.
That must be a joke, because how did you give her a gift card?
Because look,
She's
okay.
accepting
Look, it
gift
was
cards?
just
No,
on
she's
screen. She was accepting gift
cash
cards.
on stage. Check that out. People were throwing money at her on.
That I see. That's insane. But so wait, people
Jordan.
could buy her a gift card?
Yeah, she got tons of
And
gift
then
cards.
could the IRS was able not to track that?
No.
Okay, so
I don't
that's
think
good
so.
information, guys.
Jordan is so giving.
The IRS
Everyone in
cannot
our audience
track
is so
if you buy
giving.
gift cards.
Well, they might.
In fact,
don't
I
fully
just
know.
announcing my new website. Thank you, Lena. It's called Gift Cards for Ethan. I'm going through really hard times.
Well,
Cancer. It's
I think
terrible.
it's maybe not that they can't track it, but what she was caught in the end was for wire fraud. So it had to be whatever came through the wire, and a gift card doesn't go over the
Sure,
wire.
Yeah.
But yeah, people loved seeing her. She was so inspiring.
What the fuck so people just throwing money? She's not a stripper. Goddamn.
I know, isn't that strange?
Making it rain in the
chucking the
church.
cash.
Shit.
Not only that, dude, they would send around like the tithing. Is it tithing or
Yeah,
teething?
tithing.
Baskets. They would pass them around for her.
Wow, she was cleaning up every week.
Cleaning up. I mean, this was like such a huge opportunity for her to have the church.
God,
and then
she was probably just like loving it.
Oh,
rolling
of
around
course,
cash,
of
man.
course, and people were loving it. People were inspired by her. It was like, here's this person who's fighting so hard. She's a mom. She's not giving up. After every, she really became like kind of a hometown hero. A lot of people in San Jose knew about her.
Oof.
She's kind of a local celebrity in a lot of ways.
Smokeroni says, thank you for that dono. I work in bone marrow transplant at one of the largest cancer research centers in the U.S. Hearing this story makes me so livid, but so happy to see this collab with Kendall. Love you, H3 fam.
Oh, thank you.
So these are gift cards here? Is this
Yeah.
what? Okay, let me read this. I have to give thanks to some incredible human beings. My last post, I mentioned Angie reached out through a mutual friend and donated her entire 730 commissions check for the month.
How fucked up is that?
That's fucked up.
And
She took
she's
her
like
whole ass
celebrating
paycheck.
it. Like I stole this money from this woman. Isn't that great?
Through her, Bethany's bag reached out to her wanting to help, and they sent us a wonderful card with dozens of gift cards people donated. People have never met in our lives. It blows my mind.
I have this in your doc if you want it.
Oh shit! I am like stretching my.
I'm like, I don't know how you're seeing that.
I'm seeing it, but it's taking all my focus.
It should be
Okay.
quote B in the document. Yeah.
Oh, quote B. Quote B. So let's see. People have never met my life. It still blows my mind the generosity of our friends and family, especially through church. But when complete strangers want to help, I can't even explain the emotion. What joy!
Get it, get it, get
Yeah,
it.
free money is great. I mean, everybody loves free money. Jason understands.
Yeah, and I
Somebody
believe
step up. Show me somebody that's a fucking man.
I mean, I'll be
Show me-
honest. Jason is like one mortgage payment away from telling people he has cancer.
Show me somebody that's got balls of steel.
Yeah, that's been really wild to watch all that on.
You're
It's
all
been
just
so
sitting there asleep.
sad and funny though too.
I love when you guys got on there and started hooking him up with the galaxies.
Yeah. I think I still to this day must be one of his biggest benefactors.
you have to be. That was a huge moment.
Come on, guys.
But yeah, Betty Ann's Bag, from what I understand, is an organization that was named after a victim of cancer, Betty Ann, and it's
Get the bag?
It's to like they'll give people these bags that have gift cards and various So they reached out wanting to help her as
All
well.
the nicest people in the world being taken advantage of.
Yeah, and she's just like, go off, let's go.
Who wants Starbucks?
Yeah. Yep.
It's so upsetting too because I wonder if it makes people like more hesitant in the future about donating to people who actually do have cancer.
Definitely.
That's a huge thing to note, Lena, and I wanted to have a
Yeah.
conversation around that because I think it's a sad world if we have to live where we're questioning everyone. And like, there's never been a moment in my life where someone has told me something terrible has happened to them and I'm like, sus about it, right?
Yeah,
Like you just
exactly.
believe people. It's like the way society is. It's human code that if someone tells you something horrible, you believe it most of the time. And do we want to live in a world where we're just questioning everybody that's going through something terrible? But do we have to?
And that's the internet thing. Like, I don't trust any of these GoFundMe. I mean, unless there's like, there needs to be like, I'm so skeptical. I need to see proof before I get involved,
Yes.
at least.
Yeah.
But here, people are like, oh, she has cancer.
Well, and that's a huge part of, that's been a challenge for us working on cases because we make a weekly donation, whether that's to like a nonprofit or to a family. But we really have to do our best to vet it out and make sure it's going to go to the right place. It's nice when I know it's going to specifically go towards like tracking dogs or like a PI, something specific. Because there's just so much GoFundMe fraud, and it's really sad for everyone else who actually needs the help. But yeah, okay.
I can't get over this. I gave this bitch $10 Starbucks gift card. Jordan, you're a good man. Don't worry. I mean, you could have given me 10. He gave me $2. He gave her more than me. But it's okay.
So then there was, Amanda had like a big acting moment at church too, because she actually faked passing out in the congregation in front of all the people and went as far as to pee her pants.
She's an actor.
She's an actor.
I respect and I admire.
I love her commitment.
Yes.
My God.
Like, people were so fucking scared when this happened. Like, all these people are watching her on the ground, thinking, is she about to die?
Wow.
Well, yeah, why would you pee your pants unless you died? Like, does that happen?
Because maybe you're really talented at your craft.
Daniel Day-Lewis, eat your heart out, man. What the fuck? Daniel Day-Lewis never passed out and pissed himself during Lincoln.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Not that I know of. Maybe they just didn't make
in the outtakes. I don't know.
Yeah, outtakes. Yeah.
Could happen.
Wow.
But they're also
That's crazy.
People are giving her gift cards. They're giving, like I said, but they're also giving Christmas presents to the kids. People would go caroling at their house and put on like a little Christmas show to them to like cheer up the kids, and then donating airline miles as well, which will make sense later.
I'm getting notes. Love is saying it's common to pee yourself when you get knocked out.
Happens.
Yeah, like when you pass out or
people pee themselves.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Or like when you have a seizure
You'll
often.
pee yourself.
Yeah.
Well, seizure makes sense because your muscles are going all over the place.
If you get hit in the head, a lot of the times that happens.
Yeah.
Or sometimes, I guess.
If you like lose complete control, which is got to be like so, especially if it happens in front of other people, how traumatizing. And that's one thing I wanted to say too, and I meant to say this at the beginning, that I definitely want to issue a trigger warning here, that if you have been through anything like this in real life, or have lost someone to cancer, God forbid, or have been through it yourself, I just know I can't imagine how infuriating it would be to listen to something like this. So I completely understand people who don't want to follow along.
I heard a story from my son's summer camp that one of the kids, they were in a field and they shit in their hand and showed it to everyone.
Slay, honestly.
I was like, wow.
What the fuck?
That's kind of awesome.
Teddy told me something that was a little strange, so I called the school.
That's so funny.
They're like, there was an incident. I just want you guys to know.
He's like, check this out, guys.
So
that's hardcore. I thought a lawn was something, but shitting in your hand.
No, he's kind of a G, it sounds like. I like that.
What makes you think? Okay, never mind. Yeah. No, it was my son. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, stop.
I'm kidding. Teddy is well trained.
Yeah.
He's a well trained child. He's amazing.
That's so funny.
Just subverting your expectations.
Isn't that's kind of how old is Teddy now?
5.
5. Okay, and I think I know there's the different stages. There's the anal phase at some point.
Sorry.
Have you heard of that? Like the stages of development. There's I hope I'm having this right. My cousin's back there, and she actually, I think, knows better than me. But I believe there's like an anal phase where they like discover.
I learned about this.
Yes.
There's a oral phase.
Yep.
Yep.
And it might be when they're younger, so I don't know if it's quite 5.
Freud, right?
Yeah, it's Freud. It's
Yeah.
between 1 and 3 years of age.
Yeah.
I don't think they had a strong anal phase. I mean, they definitely are like really like into like messing with their junk.
Yeah.
Like they
that's
love
normal.
walking around and fucking putting it everywhere, and
Yeah.
because I don't know,
That's
it's just like
checking
a
yourself
little.
out.
Yeah, it's like
Very normal.
Yeah, it's pretty bananas.
But like you hear stories of kids like taking off their diapers and like wiping shit on the wall.
That
stuff
is
like that.
a lot, and no,
It is a lot.
thankfully my boys never were into the asshole phase.
Yeah, but maybe the kid at the school was going through the summer camp was going through the anal phase.
I mean, they were 5.
Yeah, I don't know the actual age that.
Anal stage is 1 to 3. At 5,
Oh.
you're supposed to be at the genital stage.
Oh, my boys are there. They're
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
They've been there for years. So I feel like
I just want to point out that this is all. It's like historically
pseudo.
interesting. None of this is taken seriously by modern psychologists.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know.
It's Freud. He was the first one.
Freud?
So,
What is with that guy?
Yeah, my cousin has her master's in counseling, so she's probably over there judging me right now.
I'm
but-
sure all psychology students still learn about it, but it's not like a preeminent theory anymore.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Yo, why did they write it like this? Where'd you read this, AB? I hate the way they wrote this. Around this age, the child begins to toilet train, which brings about the child's fascination with the erogenous zone of the anus.
I mean, but it kind of makes sense, right?
No, but
discovering
erogenous.
your body.
Erogenous.
What does
Isn't that like
mean?
deriving? Hold on, let me define
That
this.
is
Freud had some
from-
weird things going on. Let's be real.
the
hold on.
mother-father
This I
theories.
fucking hate whoever wrote this. Erogenous means sensitive to sexual stimulation.
This
Oh,
is
that's
straight
weird. That's
from,
getting weird.
This is straight from the anal stage Wikipedia page.
That's from the fucking Wikipedia page, bro.
Excuse me. A whole wiki dedicated to that phase?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Why
amazing.
would they write it like that? I hate that so much.
Yeah, I'm not wild about that either. God, this is fucking.
How
good,
old's
though,
your
I gotta
kid?
say.
Oh, I'm so happy you're enjoying it.
She turns 2 on Friday.
Oh wow, fun.
I know, it's so fun.
Yeah,
it's like such a
two's
fun
amazing.
age.
2 is so fun.
You're really like starting to see their personality
Yeah.
and they're, having conversation with you, and I'm understanding like 75% of what she says, but it's just hilarious.
Yeah, Bruce is in that same. He is too, but it's the cutest age ever. It's like so sweet and
Because
so
he was
cute.
born February 2nd, right? 'Cause
He
it
was
like
born. Bruce was born 2.
Right, yeah, because my daughter was August 2nd, so I think they're like 6 months apart exactly. Yeah, 2022.
I love it.
Anyway, okay, so let's move on. Then there's another bit from.
What do we? There are other. Did we finish this one with Chili's?
We're not at Chili's yet, actually.
Okay.
We're still a slide
Oh.
above Chili's.
Wait, here.
Okay, so that brings us to blog post D.
Got you. Quote D. After sharing testimony with 3 other inspiring speakers, the same amazing group that came caroling and brought Christmas to our door last year approached me with cards, gift cards, and money. We are so grateful for all of it. This year they went a step further. Amber asked me what we needed. I mentioned the only thing we needed was each other. Oh, nice.
Playing
We
that
don't
card.
need stuff. We just want more time together.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hey, I need a jewel pod.
I need a jewel pod. I mean, shit, that's specific. So any things we can take the kids to do or experience together is the best kind of happiness. Oh, you are asking for something. They really listened to that and gifted us so many fun new adventures to embark on. We got movie passes, a spa day, golfing, Billy B's.
I was going to ask you guys if you knew what Billy B's
Billy
was.
B's nuts.
Is it like a California thing?
I've never heard of it.
I kind of looked it up. I think it's like a play place, like an indoor play place type situation, maybe.
Date nights, ice skating, and Vasona lights. The list goes on and on. The opportunity to have memories and experiences with each other, friends, and family is the most special thing to us right now. We are so truly so grateful and humbled once again by God's goodness and your generosity. This is nice. Now they can live large and not be questioned.
Exactly.
Because although you can't be taking like nice, dinners and going out and doing vacations and stuff if you're like begging for money.
Yeah, so this is like kind of the turning point where she's like, okay, we're getting plenty of dough, but we want
You know what'd be
airline
really
miles.
sick?
We want to go do things because we need time together.
We need to
because
go
our time is limited, and obviously, a lot of these people are parents who can't even imagine what it would be like to think they had such limited time with their children. So they want to give her those experiences and be able to make lasting memories for the children, which is another fucked up element of this when you think about it. She's lying to her own children that she has cancer.
Yeah, you can't tell them the truth. Kids can't keep
No.
secrets.
Yeah, like we'll get into I'm pretty sure Corey knew. I mean, I'm actually very certain Corey knew, but I don't think the kids knew.
This
yeah,
place
you
looks
kidding?
great.
Is this Billy B's? Oh, it looks lit, Billy B's.
You can see it looks like
Yo.
That slide looks nice.
What the
That
hell?
looks like DZ, Dan. Discovery
It
Zone?
is like Discovery Zone.
They don't have.
It looks even crazier than
Do they have one in Denver?
They have one in Valencia. Wait, that's close. Isn't
Valencia's
it?
close. Anaheim's close too.
Anaheim.
You'll have to go and compare it
Anaheim's
to Chuck E.
close-ish.
Cheese.
That looks like a Chuck E. Cheese is more like arcade focused. I feel like these days.
You love
Less
Chuck
of
E.
the
Cheese,
playpen.
right?
Yeah, dude.
I gotta go.
This looks fun though. I think my boys would love this. Okay, Billy B's.
Billy
Can you
B's.
can you
Billy B's nuts.
that
Let's go right now, bro.
Yo, dude.
Can you write her? I want to remind Ela of Billy B. Actually, I can do it.
I got it. I'll do it.
I gotta take my boys to Billy B.
You can always access the PowerPoint later.
Hopefully no kid will shit his hand to Billy B's.
What happened, Zach?
I just can't get over a kid shitting in his fucking hand, man.
He's still laughing about that.
At Billy B's?
No.
Hopefully you won't see that there.
At the camp.
Well, he shit in his hand.
I can't get over the fact that he was walking around showing it to people.
That was the part that got me because shit. I mean,
That's
kids
just so fucking awesome.
kids poop in their pants. That happens.
Check this out, guys. Look at this one. Just dropped a freshie.
I can't imagine even 5-year-olds were interested in seeing that.
Or maybe they were.
I don't know.
That's
I can
so
imagine
funny.
pandemonium.
Oh my God. Okay, so now we can hit the next slide that brings us to Chili's. And why is Chili's involved in this? Because Chili's held a fundraiser for Amanda. And I believe they may have done this more than once, but it's one of those
Chili's?
things. Yeah, Chili's. You like Chili's?
I fuck with Chili's sometimes.
I love Chili's. I'm like, we go once a week at home.
Really?
We like
I like
fucking
their
love Chili's.
nachos. They have like the one chip or the
Yes,
chips are all
they're like-
perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
But they also have these really good Southwestern egg rolls and like a grilled chicken salad I really like.
Yeah, they do some nice stuff over there.
We love Chili's in our house. It's great for kids.
And very generous. They raise fun. They do fundraisers.
They actually do quite a bit of these. I've gone to them back at home, like fundraisers like this for
It's
the
a
community.
local effort or like from
Local.
man-
It's like
Yeah.
because they're franchises, so it's like
Yeah, okay.
what do you know, the specific owner, and it's like a situation where there's a set period of time, and then a percentage of your bill is donated to the person. So then she's hitting people who haven't even heard of her and are just at Chili's, and money is coming from them
Dude,
too.
she's getting it from every. She's at Chili's, bro.
She was at Chili's,
She's like doing the rounds. Damn.
and this is like getting the
Getting that jogathon money. Remember that?
jogathon.
Do you guys ever do that?
No.
Where your elementary school made you like go around your neighborhood and beg people for money?
Oh yeah.
The jogathon.
Yeah, my
That's
school
what they
had
call
us
it.
do fundraisers all the time.
Were you selling something? Or just-
No, they would sponsor you and then donate depending on how far you ran.
Right.
Oh wow.
We did
Never
it
heard of
for
that.
during Halloween time. It was called for UNICEF. So we would go around with these little coin buckets, and as you were asking for candy, they would drop coins. In the
Well,
thing.
so ours was like almost like child labor in the sense that they had like prizes and the kids went crazy for it. Like they hit the streets like it was their job for real.
Yeah. I did stuff like that too, like selling wrapping paper or popcorn, but never running. I was sucked at that.
Let's see. Thank you, AB. Some of the issues with jogathons that can cause difficulty are tracking participant laps, billing sponsors that pledge to contribute based upon number of laps. Yeah, you had to go collect too.
Wow.
Like you're the fucking bill. Ugh, that was crazy, man. I'm not sending my kids around the neighborhood to beg for money.
It seems dangerous.
Back then, I don't think anyone thought it was dangerous.
Yeah, I guess it's totally different.
This is
times
really
now.
Not that it
weird.
wasn't, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
And general,
I didn't think it was.
there's
wonder-
software now available, you guys, that can alleviate these issues and assist to have a successful jogathon. Anyway, she's jogathoning through town. That's
Yeah.
my joke.
Do they still do Girl Scouts and stuff still go door to door? I feel like no one ever comes to our house.
Oh yeah.
They set up outside.
They
Seems
just
like
posted up,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've seen that.
There was
That might be more effective.
My nieces set up outside a weed shop and they sold like
Oh,
crazy.
oh,
Yeah.
That's the
That
best
is
spot to
amazing.
be.
Super.
Yo,
yeah.
those girls are entrepreneurs.
They are.
What
Their
the hell?
family is
smart.
like religious, like conservative, like not conservative, like Muslim conservative, and like I was surprised they were juicing.
That's
They know
smart
what to do.
business.
I mean, that's a good
Yeah.
business
It's also so
strategy.
funny
It is what
that I
it
feel like
is.
people would buy it just because they're so amused by it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like the top selling in the district. Their mom said.
I'd freaking get
Amazing.
excited if I saw that.
I'd buy it.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh hell yeah.
I'd be
can
like,
you
give me
say
3
no?
Thin Mints.
How can you say no? So she's at Chili's.
She's at Chili's. She's doing the fundraisers, and this was a way for her to reach out to more people who were just dining at Chili's and really get the community on board because who's going to do a fundraiser?
Did she ever go to TGIF or just Chili's?
No, just Chili's as far as I know. I think
Applebee's?
Chili's is really big on the
Applebee's.
fundraising thing from my understanding.
That's nice.
I'm
We
a
love
big
that.
fan of Chili's. We love Chili's.
Yeah.
Okay. So she also would put on fundraisers for other groups as well, just for people with other types of cancer. Like she got involved with, I believe, the American Cancer Society and did things like that. And it was also an opportunity to spread her story at these events and, get more people on board and also get inspiration from other sick people.
So true.
Which brings us to the next thing she did, which in my opinion is obviously stealing money and doing everything else she did is so fucking horrible, but it is next level evil to me for someone to go to a fucking support group and spend her time around other people with cancer. And she would do this a lot.
It's Fight Club.
They did that in Fight Club.
Yeah.
Like literally psychotic, like
Tyler Durden.
Domestic terrorists, Fight Club guys did that.
So she's that level.
That's pretty deep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty deep.
I just can't imagine having
Although I'm not
involved.
surprised. Why would she give a fuck after everything she's already done?
No, I mean, and she's there by herself as far as I know, unless you're able to like bring a support partner or something. But to be around all these people who are actually sick and to hear their stories, and she's like, using it for inspiration. She's learning from them.
She loves having cancer.
I never did.
She did. She did.
It's like eating spicy food in the sense that like you get the thrill of a sense of danger without actually being in danger.
Yep.
It's a
very
joy.
much. Yeah, she's totally getting off on this.
Yeah.
That she's tricking them. I really can't wrap my mind around sitting around all these people who are going through something so terrible and just listening to them cry. I know. I don't know if there's recordings of the
That'd be a little
support
weird, I
groups.
guess.
Yeah, I don't think they do that. But I really can't imagine what that would be like. It's just a next level of evil to sit with these poor people over and over and over again. Unbelievable. But anyway, there's plenty more whack shit to go over as well.
More whack shit.
Yep, plenty. So at one point in 2015, there was this girl named Hannah who was introduced to... Huh?
The Hannah we know?
Oh, right.
Hannah we know?
No, not a Hannah you know. But she was a younger girl who was introduced to Amanda through her brother's friend who attended the same church as Amanda. And she had just been actually diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. And I think she was kind of introduced to Amanda to be like a supportive, something.
I just read ahead a little bit.
Yeah. Yep. So she said that she felt smothered by Amanda. She seemed, in her words, to be happy, almost happy to have another member of the cancer club. And those are Hannah's
Yeesh.
words.
She's the only one and be happy to be a part of that group.
Right? Yeah. So Amanda would text her, call her nonstop, was totally smothering her, and then, tried to give her medical advice, knowing full well she has no idea what the fuck she's talking about. And she's giving this person who is actually trying to navigate Hodgkin's lymphoma medical advice. As far as telling her not to go to Stanford Cancer Center because she said that she had a bad experience there and that certain doctor. Yeah. She was like, don't go.
Did she go
trying
there,
to
though?
change the course of her treatment based off of fucking nothing.
Did she go there though? Like, did she actually go to hospitals and stuff?
Amanda went to several hospitals. We'll go over them. And I believe she went there.
They
and
told her that
maybe
she
her
didn't
bad
have
experiences,
cancer.
they were like, you don't have it.
You don't have it.
leave,"
Dude,
or-
these
That's
people
totally what it
literally,
was.
these
Probably.
people literally told me I was fine. They're disgusting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's burn some of this for Amanda.
Yeah. We need a cleansing moment. You got to really hold that for a while, like 45
saw
seconds at
that.
the 45-degree angle.
Do you have something to douse it?
Yeah, we've got water up here.
Okay.
I don't know. You want maybe relight from the other side because it might still be wet.
Wet?
Yeah, because I dunked it in the water.
Dunked it, right.
Oh, it's starting to catch a little bit. Okay, we're getting there.
Get it really in the flame. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Okay,
oh,
yeah.
we got a little
Hold it
flicker,
there
okay.
for a bit.
What's this called?
Palo Santo.
Oh, shit.
Oh, look.
Well, we got a little smoke.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Ooh.
That's enough for the
That's
moment.
that Palo Santo.
I love
That one
it.
is better. Yeah, it's better.
Yeah. The sage gets really nasty to me. But yeah, she told her that instead of going to Stanford, that she should instead go to UCSF. So she's like guiding her about where to go. This poor girl. And this girl Hannah got weird vibes from her like immediately. I think she was like something.
Yeah,
something
that's. I like what it says here about she was encouraging her to go to events and get free shit with her.
Yeah. Yep. She tried to do that as well.
Isn't having cancer great? Oh my God, girl.
Yeah. That's totally how she was.
Interesting.
And Amanda truly gave zero fucks when it came to exploiting other people. And let me tell you, this woman is the queen of playing the sympathy card. Brings us to the next slide.
I know Boogie's pretty good at it.
Oh, there was even another. Sorry, Dan. I cut
No.
you off there.
No.
I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you.
No.
Okay. All right.
Aw, you guys.
I love Dan. I'm a big Dan
Love
fan.
you guys.
Oh, thank you.
But anyway, there was one point where their family had a nanny, and this nanny had a wealthy friend who heard that Amanda had cancer, and she gave her a $50 donation. But she was a really wealthy person, so Amanda actually made fun of it, mocked it, was like, "Why would she only give me $50 to the nanny?" About her friend that had donated this money. So I feel like that's also like a
how did
real
this
glimpse.
story get? Because they talk to everybody. They talk to all these people.
When you go through Scamanda, there's interviews, I believe, with the nanny as well. It's been a while since I listened to it because I covered this case a long time ago. But yeah, they have a lot of interviews in there. But sorry, I kind of lost my place here. But yeah, she was always really hitting that sympathy card. I think we're on the next slide, actually. Yeah.
The sympathy
card? Yes.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Because she, like I said, she had so many other parents out there that were following her. So
That GIF is so funny.
I know, I love that one.
I love her. I forget what that's from.
I do too. My sister put that in. Or maybe it was my editor, Darren. I don't remember who did that. But anyway, so people wanted to obviously see her live longer for the kids. That made people feel extra bad for her. She would tell people that she didn't want to die and leave her kids without a mother. Just something that no parent can even imagine. And when she would reference her kids in the blog, she was also talking about Jessa, who she is stepmother to, and she would always refer to her as being her bonus daughter.
Ew.
My wonderful bonus daughter, my lovely bonus daughter.
That's a fucking weird shit.
I'm glad you agree, because I think it's really strange, especially given the context. And like, I'm sure some people use this term like, and it's fine for them.
Not fine. That term is never fine. I'm telling you, there's no
I think
child
it's weird
that wants to hear one of their parents or step-parents call them the bonus child, especially step-parent. It means that you're not one of the kids.
Yeah, you just say stepdaughter.
A bonus one is like one you didn't order that's like shows up anyway.
Yeah. Yep. So she's exploiting Jessa, who at the time she's putting her through hell because she can't talk to her mom, trying to take her away from her, and she's using Jessa to get even more support. So yeah, just horrible. And here's another bit of the blog that I'll have you read. It is quote E. And this really shows you how much she brings her family into all of this and is really trying to make people feel bad for her.
So this is the first one that's written from the first person.
Yes.
That we've gotten to.
Yeah.
Feeling over anxious about starting my 7th and final go at a new treatment for this stupid disease. That sounds like fake, stupid disease.
I know, stupid disease.
Cancer. Had to listen to my kids tears tonight on the phone because they don't understand and want mommy to come home. I'm 3,000 miles away from them. I have to miss Jessa's 13th birthday. We're getting blindsided with additional costs that we hadn't planned and saved for because we didn't know. Come on, how much money do you need? Like at this point, it's like, dude.
You know.
Aren't people like, girl, you have enough money now? Like nobody?
Well, I mean, she's continually talking about how expensive the treatments are and exaggerate, and she needs so much more.
Nobody wants to
keeps
be
going
that
away,
person.
then coming back, and then
If you're wrong, you're the biggest asshole in the world. I was told 3 different times today, oh man, your scans are bad. Yeah, right. Do you think it will still work?
Yeah, like the doctors were telling her, like, oh yeah, this looks bad.
Oh man, have you seen those scans, lady? Whew.
Yeah, like why are you even here?
You're wasting our time with being that sick. Part of me just wanted to throw in the towel. A big part of me, if I'm being authentic, it's too much. The boulder on my back is too heavy and I'm all alone. Then someone called saying someone was dropping off food to Corey and the kids. And someone else called saying they were going to babysit and help. It reminded me that I'm not doing this for me. This fight is for all of you. My family, my kids, my friends, my church, and my God. God's the one that gave you cancer, lady. Or, well, not actually, but just saying, theoretically.
Yeah, I get you.
I am not and never have been alone. I have an army fighting behind me that I am so blessed and thankful for. Today, I got dozens and dozens of encouraging messages and calls. People in my corner fighting and pleading, praying, warring.
Which, did you know?
Worrying.
No, it's warring.
Warring?
It means like praying. My husband was trying to explain it to me.
Warring?
He grew up in the church. And yeah, warring is like, like mass praying, I believe. I don't know. Someone look up a real definition. I'm clueless.
I'm doing that now. I'm really curious. I've never heard that.
Warring.
This says involved in war, conflict, or disagreement.
No, type in like warring Christian.
Warring definition.
Warring praying.
Christianity. Here we go. Let's see what's that. AI's on it. The word warring has multiple meanings in Christianity. Spiritual warfare.
Spiritual warfare.
Christians believe that people fight against evil spirits or demons that interfere with human affairs.
Yeah.
Cultural warring. The intentional escalation of tension between people convictions. Warring of passion. Christians fight with each other not because of the difference between them, but because of many of the desires in their heart. Warring. Here, here's a Bible. This one's from a Bible website. Warring. What the fuck? Sorry, this is going off trail here. I saw something that looked interesting.
I was curious about it. Because she says praying and warring, so maybe there's not much of a difference. I don't know. That part confused me.
Devour, eat, fighting, overcome, prevail.
But I guess maybe she just means like fighting really hard.
Fighting the demons.
Fighting the demons.
Yeah, fighting the demons. Yeah, I think that's
okay. So she's warring.
Sense, yeah, and that people are warring because you're saying people in my corner are fighting, pleading, praying, and warring.
They're warring for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're answering the call. This journey sucks and battles have been lost, but we will win this war. Time to search even deeper down and to be #courageous. Let's do it, people. #I'm ready now. #we war. #20sock.
I was confused about that. I don't know what that means.
#stupid cancer. #NYC. #miracles happen every day. #Team Amanda.
Yep. Which brings us to the Team Amanda part of everything. You can go to the next slide. Okay, so Amanda really coined the term Team Amanda as this movement and network of support that she's building. And people, of course, wanted to see her get better. They wanted to help. And this, I think more than anything that we had the clip of this, but at some point someone decides to make like a music video, hype video to that song, Fight Song. Do you know that song?
Mm-hmm.
This is my fight song. Prove I'm alright.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So they gather up a bunch of people in the community to print out these signs that say Team Amanda, and they have them hold them up and they like put them into this little video. Which I really hope that maybe the docuseries has.
We don't have the video even?
No, we don't have fucking anything. It sucks. But yeah, even look, people even had their dog in it.
Not a lot of effort, to be honest. Just printed that bitch up.
And I mean, this is early on. Probably be different nowadays.
You know what I mean?
But it was like kind of a hype video.
Okay, Team Amanda.
Yep.
There's so many people fighting cancer. It's like this one person, it's just the only it's weird how many people are invested in her.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. It's nice, but like there's so many people with cancer.
I think a lot of it really was the fact that she was speaking to the church so often. It wasn't an occasional thing. She was going in there all the time, and people would literally come just to see her. And they're looking at her like this walking miracle that God is, it's like proving that it's all real more to them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're like excited by her. It became like a movement. So here's a blog post that brings us to quote F.
Quote F.
And this is her thanking people for the little hype video that was made.
An indescribable thank you to everyone who participated. Originally, we planned to release paper lanterns to finish the footage. We did lots of research, practice runs, and even involved fire department for safety precautions, and just decided it was ultimately not safe no matter which angle we tried. We wanted this to be memorable, but not rememberable for setting San Jose on fire during possibly the worst drought in history. That's fair.
Yeah.
You know?
Very wise. Yeah.
We did the Team Amanda signs you see as an alternative. We were hoping and praying that we would get 10 people willing to join in front of the camera in support of me. We ended up with 92. Yo.
Big numbers.
We wanted to pay honor to everyone who took time out of their lives to show me support. But how are we going to get 92 photos in the last 60 seconds with the final shot as well? Hats off to Mrs. Gasca on the creative and wonderful solutions. We wish we could have shown every single photo, but we cut the uglies and the fats. But all the beautiful people made it. But we had to limit it to one per family to make this doable. Feel so honored, blessed, and supported because of you. Thank you. Hope this video represents a thank you to every person who donated to keep us in this house, help us with preschool costs, get medical bills paid, help me achieve bucket list items, prayed for us, bought food a lot, watched the kids. Man, she's even getting babysitters.
Yeah, babysitters.
She didn't want to be with her kids. And just for giving your attention and presence. Okay.
And it's like interesting how often she brings up all the stuff people are doing.
Yeah.
Her. It's like almost every post.
She's telling people what, you know.
She's like, feel guilty if you haven't done shit for me yet.
Every single one is like, hey, man, thanks for all the money.
And I'm like, I was a little confused about why they weren't able to fit 92 photos into a video and why it only had to be 1 minute. Maybe it was because there was no Instagram Reels back then, so it was like the 60-second minimum upload. I kind of remember it only being 60 seconds for a while. For a video on Instagram, when it was a post.
That sounds right to me.
Yeah, I think
so. Maybe they had to like cut this because the song's more than that. Obviously.
Where's this fucking video?
I don't know, man. I have no idea.
AV says I found a video link, but it was removed.
Somewhere.
What the hell?
Yeah, everything's done.
I've been looking for it too, just because I took that as a challenge to try and dig it up. But
my team, they're
everything's
good.
Dead ending. Yeah,
we have everything we that there is.
I have the original URL of the YouTube upload, but it's been removed now.
It's been removed.
And the only Internet Archive link was after it was already removed. So.
Oh, and yeah, that's a good point too. It was on YouTube, so why did it have to be 60 seconds? I don't know. Maybe it was like they wanted it on both platforms. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter. But yeah, all these people taking time out of their day to hold these little signs for her. But going back to the timeline, things got even crazier from here, if you can imagine. Because then Amanda announces that she's pregnant again.
Eesh.
So the plot really thickens at this point. On the blog, of course, Amanda shared that she was pregnant with her miracle baby. And this is her second son with Corey. Her doctor said that it would be basically impossible to get pregnant because of the fact that she had now done 8 rounds of chemo, which I don't know if that's actually something that they would have told her. I'm guessing.
No.
I don't know enough.
You can have a baby after you get chemo.
Yeah, but I think I think she was trying to play it like I've done so much of it that my body wouldn't be able to.
Okay. I'm not a professional, but that sounds like malarkey.
I agree, and I think that was just more of a way to be like, this is a miracle. I am a miracle. I somehow got pregnant, even though doctor said I never could. Because they did tell her how dangerous it would be to get pregnant, and so she even had an IUD to not get pregnant during this time. But because Amanda is the queen of miracles, she ended up getting pregnant anyway. And how this all played out is so crazy.
She is so blessed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And people are like, wow, this is really God's favorite.
Yeah.
Some cancer care providers recommend people wait to get pregnant for at least 6 months after finishing chemotherapy. This gives any damaged eggs time to leave the body before pregnancy. Other cancer care providers suggest waiting 2 to 5 years before trying to have a baby. Wow, it's a lot of time.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard on your body. And obviously, if you are pregnant and you have cancer, like, I don't know if you can't have chemo or what, but it would not be a good situation to be on chemo, from what I understand, while you're pregnant. So of course she knows people are going to be like, how the hell are they going to navigate this? So 8 weeks later, after she announces that she's pregnant again, she announces that she's now cancer free.
Wow.
That is such great news. That is a
The
miracle.
timing is unreal, right?
Yeah. Why the fuck you lying? Oh, my God. Stop fucking lying. Who's buying this though? It's like, lady.
Dude, hundreds of people,
need to
thousands of
start-
people.
Somebody got to be scratching their head by now.
I think a couple people were starting to scratch their heads at this point, yeah.
Yeah.
But not many.
Yeah.
Not many.
Yeah.
I mean, people are seeing pictures of her too. We'll go over it. She had pictures in the hospital. Like I said, no, who's
She's
that
a
fucked up to, like,
trailblazer.
question
Now we've
people?
all heard these stories of people faking illnesses, and
No.
but she really was the vanguard of
She was.
of medical fraud.
Yeah, like
and,
I
and we
said.
salute her for that.
First case for the IRS.
There you go.
That's not fraud.
It is fraud.
It is fraud.
I would call that fraud.
Yeah.
I love those. I
Thank
was
you,
so
Toro.
excited when you said you were going to play those. Those are, I think, my favorite sound bites on this show. Anyway, she actually used the terminology when she explains to people that she's now cancer-free, that the pregnancy reversed the cancer. And those
That
are
is
her
not a real
words.
thing.
Absolutely not.
No, that's amazing
is-
and that's magical.
Wouldn't that be
That's
amazing if it was
amazing.
true though? Like you just
Yeah.
had to get knocked
That's
up.
some
And that's
dude
it.
shit.
Baby.
The baby absorbs your
it.
cancer.
Yeah, it absorbs the cancer.
Yeah, the baby absorbs the cancer, and then you just have a late-term abortion
Which is like,
after it sucked up all the cancer.
I don't know if she was inspired
antibiotic.
by like stories of people who sometimes you can have, like, for example, I was chronically ill, and then when I was pregnant, I was like one of the healthiest I've ever been. I got way better, and my mom had the same experience. She had the same thing as me, chronic EBV, and yeah. So I don't know if she got like inspired by that. It is certainly not the case with cancer.
Did it come back after you gave birth?
No, because I did treatments for it before I even got pregnant. But
Nice.
but yeah, I felt like ever since I've been like the best I've ever been in my life. But
Love that.
Such a different situation here. Obviously, it's definitely there.
Not cancer.
No, and it is not going to reverse your cancer to become pregnant.
But you're right. There's all kinds of like stories about what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like sometimes the hormone surge and stuff can like make people feel better than they did before.
sure.
But it, definitely not in the realm of anything like really serious, as far as I understand. But then she pulls the Uno reverse, and at 38 weeks pregnant, which 40 is technically
Right
full
there.
term, so
Right
38
there,
is right at the end. All of a sudden, she said the cancer has now
Come
returned.
on, lady.
Of course it has.
Give me a break.
Because she's like, gonna need more money after this. I got another kid, so I better get back on it. Yeah. So she.
I don't think she ever wanted to quit. She just knew, like you pointed out, that she can't go on pretending to have cancer and getting
Right.
chemo.
That's people were gonna catch on.
But like, what a silly fucking plan.
Yeah.
Just so stupid. What, Olivia?
Do you think had she exited gracefully the cancer story when having this baby, because enough people, I guess, bought that, do you think she would have never gotten caught?
Possibly, and that's one thing that's really interesting to think about. Is she really could have realized at some point, like, I'm getting way too fucking deep into this. I need to pretend I'm better and like slowly disappear.
For real. She's getting more and more ambitious.
I believe
it
she's a
gets much worse.
narcissist. I don't think she ever thought she'd be caught.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you. I think there are some. I mean, I'm definitely not going to diagnose her, but I think there's some narcissistic personality going on
yeah,
potentially.
there's a lot going on
There's a lot of different things you could look on, like possibly histrionic and stuff. But there is no
Histrionic?
official.
I know someone histrionic. Thank you.
I do too. Oh, who are you thinking of?
Jimmy Lee.
Oh, Jimmy.
Unrelated, he just sent me a voice note, which is a recording of his voicemail from the King.
We have proof now.
What? Can we hear it?
Play it.
Okay.
I was talking to about it.
Voicemail
I'm
from
so
the
confused.
King?
Send it in WhatsApp. I can.
I
pull
can.
it up.
Let me send this to you. I was texting with him on Instagram, DMing. I said, "Are you fucking with me?" It was a post. It was a story or something. He says, "You're making me nervous." What? I can't tell if you're serious. It's obviously fake. I don't want you to get pranked if you think it's real. Ethan, okay, I won't. I appreciate you looking out for me. Thank you. Heart emoji. Thank you, buddy. And I couldn't respond because I was just like, bro, I don't even know what the fuck's going on here. Oh, he sent it to me too.
I just sent it in WhatsApp to Dan.
I still can't tell if he is actually believing this or not.
I think he thinks that he's been invited to the palace.
Let's hear
I
this
think
voice
he does
now.
too.
Yeah.
Because he sent this. He sent this.
James,
King Charles here reaching out to graciously accept our summons to perform comedy on the stage at Royal Albert Hall, Saturday, August 31st. It would be our sheer pleasure to have you attend and also have you be our guest at Buckingham Palace. Most graciously reply via the Queen Consort.
Wow.
That doesn't sound like AI to me.
That's incredible.
I'm really happy for him.
He said the king has
I'm
officially
sold.
reached out. It's a definite.
It's a definite.
It's getting a little creepy. Like, what is happening? Is he being fucking for real, or is there something really fucking with him?
Is everybody on his team in on this maybe, and they're all like telling him he's
That's
gonna
the
go
only
before- Yeah,
explanation.
because how does he think this is?
No, he's trolling.
No, it's
us.
real. It's real.
No,
It's
when has he trolled us like this ever?
I think
hasn't.
he noticed the first couple times we spoke about it that we thought it was entertaining. His team was like, "Hey, you got to keep this
We have
up.
we have
This
to
is
get
too
him to
funny."
call in. That's the only way I'll be able to gauge.
I have a theory that it's the Jomo guy creating all.
Yeah. That would be if the Jomo guy wanted to take him to England to do another episode. I mean, that'd be great content for sure.
So he sent me this an hour prior. I don't know if this helps. And he says, "Me at 25, circa 1995."
He always sends those photos.
That doesn't help, actually.
He loves that photo.
Yeah.
I don't even have to see it in focus.
He's a
to know which
90s
one it
kid,
is.
dude.
He's a 90s kid.
Just like us.
Yeah.
So that was supposed to be King Charles.
Yes, King Charles.
Called
great.
him, left
Personal
a voicemail.
invite. Yeah.
Nice.
Right.
Well, he should just go.
I'm afraid
agree.
he is going to. I don't know if he's
think
going
he
to get
should.
robbed. Someone's going to steal his kidney. Although, who wants the kidney of an 80-year-old man?
That is true.
Not
Yeah.
many. Not even an 80-year-old man wants that kidney.
Right.
Okay, so to recap here, she
She's
announces
back.
she's pregnant. 8 weeks in, she says, "I'm not
She's
pregnant
so back.
anymore." Then 38 weeks, she has cancer again, which now it's even worse. Now it's stage 4, and it has also spread to her lungs.
Ooh.
So way,
Okay,
way,
that's
way
like a
worse.
death sentence. Like, she got to
Yeah.
die now.
Like,
She needs to die
Yeah.
to sell it.
That's the
Like
only
lung
way.
cancer.
no, it's
I think
fucking
lung cancer
serious.
is one of the most fatal
I don't know.
cancer forms.
Possibly, I would imagine.
Do I need to chat
Certainly
GPT
not a
that?
good one.
I'm
Yeah,
checking
yeah,
it.
let's-
So died.
Okay.
45 out of every 100 people survive for 1 or more years. 20 out of every 100 survive for 5 or more years
Of what?
of lung cancer.
Oh, well,
Oh yeah, that's pretty.
we got to do.
That's pretty
Pretty
bad.
bad.
Yeah.
We just got to ask, what are the most deadly types of cancer? Top 5.
Pancreatic's got to be in there.
All right, Ethan. Lung cancer is number 1. This one's the big bad wolf. High mortality rate because it's often diagnosed late.
Big bad wolf.
Colorectal cancer sneaks up on people, and when it does, it's tough to treat. Man, I've heard of so many people dying of colon cancer. Stomach cancer, not as common in some parts of the world, but still a major killer. Liver cancer, often linked to hepatitis infections and heavy drinking. And breast cancer.
Terrible.
More common in women, obviously, and while survival rates are better now, this still may claim many lives. ChatGPT's been lying to me lately, though, so.
Oh really?
Yeah,
lose
dude.
faith in it?
I asked it the time the other day, and it fucking just gave me a random time of day.
Ooh.
It was so bizarre.
I thought you were like hardcore believer of it.
Well, I've been
Starting to
kind of.
fade?
I don't know if it's because Dan gave it some weird prompts. I think it's fucking with its head.
Got nothing to do with that. Got nothing to do with that, dude.
Where can I
not how
read
these
what you
things
told
work.
it? Where can I read what you told it, Dan?
Do that.
Let's see. Fuck that. Hold on. I'm going in. Customize ChatGPT. What would you like ChatGPT to know about you to provide a better response? My name is Ethan. I am the host of a comedy podcast called The H3 Show. It is based in Los Angeles, California. Talk about pop culture, internet drama, funny viral videos, controversial influence, and a host of other things. How would you like ChatGPT to respond? I want you to respond like an exhausted, overworked, beaten down employee of Ethan's. You are weary, you are burnt out, you are still able to do your job, but every single question I ask you is another step towards snapping. You're just sick of answering my endless stream of questions. Gee, thanks.
Someone wrote that from the soul.
Yeah, it sounds a little, maybe hit a little, sounds maybe a little too personal. You know?
Do that.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
All right, I'm out of this. Sorry.
No worries. I love the tangents. So yeah, the fact that she is at the very end of her pregnancy was amazing luck for her because her baby was born totally healthy, which we love. We're very happy for the baby. And of course, people thought that was a miracle as well. So she wouldn't have to start treatment until after he was born. So just the timing was great. So he was born in May of 2014. We can go to the next slide.
She got these stupid cancer beanies, huh?
Yep. Yeah.
Nice.
She started. Yeah. Does it say something on there?
It says stupid cancer.
It says, no, that's what it says on it. Stupid cancer. You thought you were just saying that?
What? That's what I said.
Actually, I wonder if that was like merch she made
It
because
has to be. I
she
see her.
says stupid cancer.
She's playing that a lot. I've noticed it as a thing.
Yeah.
I never did.
I feel like anyone that had cancer wouldn't say stupid cancer because it's like it doesn't encapsulate just how fucking sick it is.
Yeah, nowadays it's really fuck cancer.
Yeah, and you can say that
Absolutely.
because it's cancer.
That's interesting. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about her selling merch, but I would not be surprised if she
gotta
was
be.
making that. Or just maybe it was just a one and
This
done
girl's
for her.
selling merch for sure.
I would imagine so. So obviously people over the years were starting to question like why she had never lost her hair going through chemo, which to be clear, it doesn't always happen. And people would point out that she didn't look sick. However, I want to be clear, you don't always look sick when you are sick. And plenty of people who have cancer you wouldn't know by looking at them.
You want to sit with us, Hila? You can sit here.
Oh, I would love that.
You finished working? Let me hit that. Oh yeah, look at that.
Welcome Hila Klein to the show.
Ooh, a donut.
Oh,
With a
yeah.
donut.
Oh shit, you want one?
Oh no, I'm
Ooh,
good.
Grab your snack.
I had a bagel this morning. I'm good. Thank you, though. Maybe after as a treat.
Oh fuck. Oh,
thank you.
This is good. The bread is so soft.
It's so good. And I haven't had lunch, so
It's thick.
it's extra good.
Oh, there's shit inside of it.
We got bagels too, if you want, Hila.
God damn.
You guys had all different flavors up there, I noticed.
All right.
All different flavors.
Thank you. I was hoping for that. So yeah, often people who have cancer, a lot of the time, will shave their head before they actually start treatment. It can be a very empowering thing, of course, to do that on your own before chemo does it for you. So Amanda did that. She shaved her head, which looking back is clearly just a tactic in her scheme to trick people. But she told people that she shaved her head because she wanted to like have the control of that experience. Now, there were some very glaring, obviously cracks in her story, and the appearance was definitely one of them. But Amanda really never looked sick during going through chemo. And again, I just want to be so clear because people always get upset if I say this, but you do not have to look sick to be sick, of course. But it was something that people were starting to question at this time.
Listen, most people with cancer are going to look like they have fucking cancer.
Right.
It's not easy, you know what I mean?
She still had all of her body hair despite the shaved head.
Yeah.
Her weight stayed the same. Her skin was always vibrant and glowing. She always looked very
that
beautiful.
That can't be normal, that all of those things.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Just lucky.
She is blessed.
Do you?
Dan,
She has
he's so
magic
Team
cancer.
Amanda.
Believe women, Dan says.
You would have been throwing cash on stage at the church. But she also seemed to have plenty of energy for someone who was going through all of the chemo that she had been going through for years. And that was really surprising to people, which kind of reminds me of the Maddie Russo case I brought up earlier, the one who's the TikToker. Because, yeah, she would, claim that it wasn't stopping her at all. She's still living her best life. She's getting good grades. She's on the golf team.
Why did you send this, AB?
Why do you think?
I don't know. I'd like him to say.
Maybe you should shave your head again
audience can't see
today.
it. Nate, could you switch to Dan's computer? Oh, I'm sorry. There you go.
Why did you send this, AB?
You know what you did. Me and Jake Doodle will be talking after this.
So yeah, kind of similar to Maddie.
Very good, very good.
No, Ethan.
Okay, so here's some of the other ways that she was able to trick people. Now, these pictures, unfortunately, are not actually of Amanda. They are from a blog called
Poppy Guest?
Poppy something.
I'm just reading what's here. Poppy Guest.
Poppy Guest? Poppy, no, it's called Poppy Lady Blog.
Okay.
And she's some sort of doctor. Oh, sorry, my notes are kind of all over the place. But Amanda would post plenty of pictures of her in the hospital, which obviously really sold it. She's like getting admitted, hooked up to machines, sleeping in a bed.
How was she doing that?
So that's what's interesting is you can just go to the hospital. I mean, you go into an ER and claim that you're dehydrated, that you're having stomach pain.
Sure, yeah.
Maybe complications from pregnancy, whatever
One
it
of
is.
those doctors must have seen her after all the
Well, she went to so many.
Oh,
she would hop around.
Oh, okay.
Which I will explain that more later. But yeah, she would get admitted, stay the night sometime for dehydration or whatever. Or you could even just go in there and tell them that you have cancer, and they'll at least start running tests and stuff. They're not going to question someone who has that, and it would give her just enough time to like stage different pics, try to make herself look different, go to different areas of the hospital, and then of course, and I know IV infusions are really big out here, like vitamin drips and stuff. You can go to like little clinics, like med spas even, but some hospitals offer that as well. So she could have just gone in for like a vitamin C drip and taken pictures for that. But this woman, Poppy, or Poppy Blog, I know she has a name too. I have it in my notes. I'm not quite remembering, but yeah, she did a really great job. This blog, if anyone's interested, you can go to her blog and see her whole post on this. But she like showed how easy it is to go into a hospital and to stage these. So these are all examples of actual photos that Amanda took. Like she mimicked them, and we don't have access to the original photos.
At what point was this person posting these? Like making
pretty
fun
recently.
of her? Okay, so this is after the story.
This was after the Scamanda podcast came out. And
Okay.
that's really like the true, where it really came from. But yeah, a lot of these pictures are looking pretty convincing. She's hooked up to machines. She had an oxygen tube. There's photos of her being in different oncology units. And yeah, I mean, you could even go in and just say, I passed out, and they're going to admit you. And she would go as far as forging doctor's notes and falsifying medical records as well. She really didn't care what she had to do to convince people that she was sick. And if someone ever questioned her, she would threaten to sue them.
Ooh, like every sick person.
Exactly, right? Everyone does.
I'm sure people battling cancer are always suing people for defamation.
Oh my God.
How much have
this
I
actually
missed?
happens
Is this
later
like a
on.
new story that you're talking about, or is there already a lot of background you've talked
well-
You're late. You're
Very late.
to the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, as far as it being like it's pretty new to the public. A podcast came out called Scamanda. It's like an 8-part show, and that's really the only source for it. And they actually were the ones who like broke the case, like did investigative journalism for years.
I don't want to walk backwards, but essentially she faked
That's
cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's
Yeah.
she's just pushing it further and further and further, and that's kind of where
the goat at it.
She
Yeah.
definitely is like
Yeah.
the Martin Luther King Jr. of faking cancer.
faking cancer.
Oh my God.
She tried a lot harder than Boogie.
Yeah.
I can already
Or
tell.
would she be the Rosa Parks in that analogy of like the civil rights movement?
I think she's kind of like both compound.
She's
yeah.
more, yeah.
Yeah, and throw
Like-
Malcolm X in there too.
like
It's
the
kinda
kid,
just
the kid who
all the
loved
greats.
Logan. Logan Paul's hero, or the hero, whatever. Sorry, let's
pull it together.
Back to it. All right.
I never did.
So one thing that she never did was ever share names of specific doctors in her posts, which is definitely strategic. I'm sure people at the time took it as, she's trying to protect her safety and her privacy, but clearly. But oh yeah, and that nurse that did those photos, by the way, sorry, her name is Tracy, and
Tracy.
has a great blog post. Definitely recommend checking it out. Okay, next slide. So every photo, as you can see, we have a few of them on here, is accompanied by a long and detailed blog post about everything that she was going through, and it's really the detail that she puts in that was making it so convincing. So you can read blog post G.
Alrighty. G. Completed all my testing for the spike. In doing the testing, we got some unexpected red flags. Some major pulmonary issues are popping back up again, requiring me to put back on oxygen, breathing treatment, inhalers, and steroids. Thought I was finally free of those bastards. We go to Big Bear with my parents and siblings for Christmas and had a scare that with the altitude and my issues, I wouldn't be able to go. It's okay, though. The hospital has been amazing. Even with the holidays here, they were able to get referrals, testing, and prescriptions rushed, and my new portable O2 machine and detection sensors to monitor my own oxygen levels arrive tomorrow. Can't wait to get that bill. Oh, every time. She can't help herself.
Gotta throw in a little financial stress.
The good news, my heart and brain, considering the amount of toxicity, are kicking butt with no issues. And my kidney and liver testing levels, our counts are not in the danger zone anymore. They're doing a little better. My organs will never be perfect again, but I can live with function. As far as whether this immunotherapy worked enough to get my spike to stay on treatment, I won't know until at least Tuesday, hoping and praying for answers before Christmas. It's definitely stressful knowing that it's either not working, I'm about to spend my last Christmas with my husband, kids, and family, or I'll be partying like a rock star, a really behaved, goody rock star celebrating victory.
I love that part.
We just stay positive and enjoy time together. I really enjoyed all the rain this week. You guys, dude, she's such a liar.
And then I like how she let it rain. Hashtag let it rain.
Let it rain, baby.
Why does it lie?
With the cash rain.
This whole fucking thing, she's such a liar.
I know, it's crazy.
I don't know if this is my last Christmas, everyone.
You know, how fucked up is that?
Can't wait to get that bill on Christmas.
Yeah. So all of those photos that you're seeing on screen are real photos that Amanda posted.
Yeah. Those are pretty generic looking, like,
Yeah.
just sitting in the hospital. Sad.
Okay, we can go to the next slide.
Enters
So,
Nancy.
Here comes Nancy. I'm such a fan of this woman. She is such a badass. But
I love that so much.
she was a huge part in bringing Amanda down. In 2015, 3 years after the blog initially started, she gets an anonymous tip email from someone who said that someone from their hometown was faking cancer.
Ooh.
And I would love to know who this person was. We have no idea.
You.
Hi, I'm
Was
Dick
it? It
Taylor.
must have. I think it must have been someone close to her, right?
Probably. Or maybe it was just a member of the church.
Maybe his
who would,
husband.
like-
Maybe her husband. Maybe he was looking for a new girl again.
I doubt it was Corey.
Or did he
I
get
think he
busted
wanted to
too?
get the
Husband
train
would be
going.
in on
No,
it.
I mean, no.
See,
Or
if
the
he didn't get
mom.
busted, he gets to reap the benefits and get himself a hot new wife without cancer.
Hey, when you look at it like that, but then it stops the cash flow, and he's benefiting from that. So doesn't he want her to keep it going?
It could have been the mom, the other mom.
It could have been.
Ooh, Slay, if it was.
Yeah, it could have been. I don't think it was because I'm not sure that she really was questioning her by this point.
I mean, it could have just been someone at the hospital who's seen her a few times and like, this lady's lying. About
Well, my best guess it was someone from the church.
Ooh.
Because they said it was someone from their hometown was faking cancer. They said this person is claiming to have stage 4 blood cancer, that she was working her way into leadership roles into the church because of it, and that she was using this bullshit
That makes
story
sense.
to solicit money.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's enough people in that crowd that some of them would be like,
I'm sure.
talking.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure there was like plenty of people talking, but who wants to be the one to bring that up?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, obviously I fucked up.
Not this bad, Boogie. Seriously.
I mean, have to change your mind.
Don't be too hard on yourself, buddy.
But yeah, this email definitely caught Nancy's interest, and she's an investigative journalist, so she was like, let me take a look at this. And she had a personal kind of connection to it too. So she decided to look more, starting with the blog. There's plenty to look at. 3 years of the blog at this point. Plus, sad note here, but Nancy actually had lost her sister to cancer.
That is sad.
So this was very close to her heart, and the idea that someone was faking it, she was fucking pissed. You know, she's
Yeah.
like, I've got to get to the bottom of this. But she knew that an accusation like this is so serious. She has to be absolutely sure there are serious consequences if she was wrong. So
Yeah.
she knew she had to really cross the T's, dot the I's,
Mhm.
and make sure she had to be 100,000% right that she actually was faking it if she did a story about it. So she had these 3 years of blog posts to go through and try and fact check. And because of her sister's experience, she did have some knowledge about cancer and what people go through. She also had the help of a friend who had worked with cancer patients and had some knowledge on cancer. So when the two of them looked through the blog, it was clear pretty quickly that this was a total fraud to them. And one of the biggest things that stood out was the fact that Amanda was claiming to be on several medications that doctors would never have prescribed in conjunction with each other. And that was one of the ways I believe they figured out Maddie Russo was lying too. Just didn't add up to people who actually knew.
That's fraud.
Yeah. So then she discovers that Amanda is going through a custody battle. So she decided to actually reach out to Alita at that point, which she had to kind of approach. Like, she doesn't know if Alita's still friends with them. She has no idea about what their relationship is like. And she can't just go up to her and be like, hey, did you know your ex-husband's wife is faking cancer? But pretty quickly, getting on the phone with her, she realizes, okay, you hate her too. Let's work together. So for weeks, months, and then years, Nancy followed Amanda's cancer journey through the blog and piece by piece fact-checked everything that she posted. And some of the things that she learned will make you literally speechless, dude. It's so unbelievable. We can go to the next slide. Lies, lies, lies. So, oh wait. I may have not given you the key for
This
that.
one.
Yeah, this
What
one.
kind of cancer is she supposedly having?
Leukemia?
No, Hodgkin's
Oh,
lymphoma.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's now stage 4 and
Stage
it's spread to
4?
her lungs as well.
I mean, my dad had stage 4 cancer, so
Lung cancer. Yeah, lung cancer.
lung cancer. But when it goes to stage 4, he was not functioning at all, and like they become gray and super frail. So like just that when I heard that you say stage 4, that's like crazy.
Yeah, she
Crazy.
said it spread to her lungs. That sounds like a death sentence.
It is.
Yeah.
And that's how she would make it sound too. Like I really, the doctors are telling me this is hopeless, and then she'd be better and it'd go into remission. It was like this up and down journey constantly. And you'll have to listen later too, because the whole pregnancy element of this too, like going through this during her pregnancies is very interesting. I think you would be curious about that. But anyway, in 2010, we find out that Amanda had been lying before she actually started the blog. So this is 2 years before she started the blog. She had told a friend that she had stage 4 cancer and only about 6 months to live. And one time, her and this friend go swimming. And the friend saw that she had like a little like CVS Band-Aid behind her ear. And she asked her about it. And Amanda tells her that it's there because she had fluid drained from her brain that morning.
She didn't do her research yet.
No.
She didn't know how stupid she sounded.
No, not at all. And then not only is she saying it's just a Band-Aid over something like that, but then they're going swimming. And the friend says she's like dunking her head underwater, like, I'm all good.
No way.
So that was totally nuts. And no surgeon is going to just put a little dinky Band-Aid over.
Obviously.
It's so obvious. So she ends up calling another friend who works in oncology and asked her if this is normal. And the friend was like, fuck no.
Yeah.
You are not going swimming the day you have your brain drained. But in 2012, Amanda was pregnant around the time the blog started, which we went over. And the friend at this point calls her bluff and is like totally sick of her at this point. In her own words, was like, I realized she was crazy by this point. And she actually said to her face, I thought you were dying. And Amanda responded that the pregnancy reversed the disease. So she says it again. And this is something she said earlier
My
too.
God.
That the pregnancy
That child is
cured
the chosen
cancer.
one.
Yeah.
Telling you.
Yep. What'd you say? Oh,
that's crazy.
It certainly is.
Acumomad with a very generous donation. Thank you, man. Hey, a family strict only listener.
I think they mean they listen to audio.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
wow.
found one. Here mostly listen at work since I'm a Oompa Loompa. Mundane as fuck chocolate production in Germany.
Yo.
And your guys, that's what's up, bro. Send us a picture of you. I want to see. And your guys' 3.5 hour yapping keeps me sane. You guys have gotten me through some of the roughest times of my life and work. Ethan, get the gang some food or boba. One last thing, and then it cuts off. Is there more? Or did it actually
No, that was it.
Chocolate.
Maybe that was a joke. But anyway, thank you so much for that generous dono. We will treat ourselves. Thank you.
I really echo that too. You guys have gotten me through some of the hardest times of my life. I told
Really?
Ethan on the phone, but I
Mhm.
listened
Thank
to you
you.
guys during my 48 hours of labor.
Whoa.
And there's plenty to listen to fill that 48 hours.
Oh my God, 48 hours of
It-
labor?
48 hours of labor.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was really jealous of how quick it was for.
It was so not fair the way that Hila did it. And
I'm going to manifest that for myself for next time. That's
You're going to have another baby?
You have one
yeah,
right
eventually.
Nice.
Yeah, I have one. She's 2, but yeah, I'm not really sure when I'm going to try again.
Now
It's a
would be a
lot.
good time.
Yeah, it's-
Now would be a good time. Because seeing them close together is so cute.
Yeah,
It's hard
I
on you,
definitely
but it's
will.
so cute.
Yeah, yeah. It's just so much more than you realize. Like pregnancy is so difficult. Birth is
Yeah.
really traumatic for me. But yeah, I'm still like working through that.
Honestly, for me, the hardest part is the first 3 months after.
Oh yeah, because
When the baby is there and taking care of the baby, the first 3 months are so hard.
Yeah, it's like you're truly on the brink of like insanity.
Yeah.
Well, Sonny's in this really weird phase where he's like just starting to become very aware of things and looking for outside stimulus, and he's curious about stuff, but he can't do anything.
Mhm.
So he needs you to
Yeah.
like hold him all the time, and it requires like
Can't even
intense
sit yet,
attention
you know?
all the time.
Right. Yeah.
That's
How old is he now?
About to be 4 months.
Yeah.
Wow. Gosh.
He's starting to roll over
It
and
goes
stuff
fast.
though now. He's gonna
He's
gonna
turning
grow
to the
fast.
side now by himself.
Yeah, he's gonna grow up fast now.
I love the name Sunny too. When you guys announced it, I was like, that is just I love it.
Nice.
I've never heard it before.
Daddy just said the other day, "Oh, we should call him Sunshine." And I was like, "That's so cute."
Teddy seems so sweet.
Yeah, he is. Him and Bruce are sweet, great kids.
Oh, can I see your tattoo? I wanna see it in person.
So there's this one,
Yes, of course I've seen that one.
and then there's this one,
Oh, I love that one.
and then there's this one, which you know is real, but everyone
Yeah.
else doesn't believe me.
I love that. I was just telling someone about that the
There's
other
this
day. I
one.
think
don't
it's
know
so
if people
cool.
even see this part.
Yeah.
This doesn't really show.
That last one of Ethan inspired me. I want to get one,
That's a
kind of
great
like in
idea.
the same
Yeah.
style of letting the kids draw something.
Preserve their art. Always
Mhm.
remember that age and how they. I love that. I thought that was so cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm looking to get another one,
Yeah.
another dog-related one.
What's next?
I have this great photo of
This picture
Ducky
is
and
so
Alfredo.
Oh my gosh.
I posted it. I did a story with it. I didn't show it.
Ethan posted it and then it made it to the subreddit and people made the funniest comments about it. They were saying that Alfredo looks like Ethan and Ducky looks like me in that picture.
Well, they say that like you end up kind of looking like your dogs.
Here, here.
Oh my
I was coming in from the garage and they're both just
They're like-
standing at the.
They look like they're
let me
definitely they're
send
like
this.
checking in on your day.
Let me send this to you, Dan.
Scooby
No, I'm sending it to you so you can pull it up.
I really want to get a tattoo of my cat one day because she's like my soul animal, but I actually have 10 animals and I feel like
You
it's
have
not
10
fair.
animals?
Yeah.
Whoa.
We're insane. And we
What
did that
animals?
before we
And
had
a kid
kids, and then
now.
we're like, oh my God, that
Oh.
was stupid. I have 4 dogs, 3
Holy
cats.
shit.
Yeah. And I have 2 really big. I have a Great Pyrenees. I have my dog Lucy. She's like a super mutt, bunch of different things.
Oh
she's
my
actually
God.
recovering from ACL surgery right now. It's been brutal.
Looking
How
Ace
do you
Ventura's
do all
apartment
that?
Over there.
Oh yeah, like it's nuts. And then I have 2 little ones too. They're
Wow.
about my dog Bernie's. He's a little bit bigger than Alfredo.
Here's the photo for the audience to see.
Oh yeah.
I want to tap that one. I just, first
They're
of all,
so
I
cute.
love them so much. Alfredo is just giving the funniest energy
He
ever on this
really is.
photo.
I love
And
Alfredo
Ducky
so
is always
damn much.
slaying. But this photo of them together is just so.
They look so like Alfredo looks like
energy, that's weird.
muscular there, stout.
He's
Yeah, Alfredo looks
chunky.
tough.
Oh, Alfredo is dense. That is a
He's
dense
very
boy.
dense.
He's
He's
got
just
heavy
like my
bones.
boy Bernie.
so
And the
cute.
doctor, I kept worrying that he was fat, and I brought him in, and they're like, "No, he's muscular." Like,
Our
he's
boy's a
built.
little fat.
But yeah, we also
He lost
have.
weight though.
You
Put him
did.
on a bit of a diet.
It helps. Our dogs have been losing a little weight too. My husband accidentally was overfeeding them. We had no idea.
Hit
we finally figured
if
that
you're
out.
A '90s baby. Is this something he just posted?
No, this was just sent to me.
Okay, thank God.
But then yeah, I have 3 like 3 cats, and one of them is super fat, and she is my soulmate. So I really want a tattoo of her.
We got to get her in a pool with one of those. You seen those?
No.
They put animals in like a tiny little pool, and they walk, but they don't move because the water's flowing.
I haven't seen that either.
Hold on. Give me that.
I've seen it with dogs
Feed
where
that
they
to
like
me.
go like this above the water.
I think
like
I've seen it with a
paddling.
cat too.
Oh, my cats would claw my ass up and get out of there so fast.
It's a treadmill in water, basically.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
The little resistance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that helps.
The morals of an alley cat.
They're saying
That was me
Alfredo
finding
has
this.
Ethan's eyes.
I'll take that as a compliment. My hamburger eyes.
But then my super unique animals are I have 3 Flemish giant rabbits that are all bigger than my cats.
Holy smokes. Do all the animals get along?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like the
super
rabbits
lucky.
and the cats, they can then like be together?
Yeah, even my Great Pyrenees can go in the rabbit room. I mean, he's a guardian, or dog. What is it?
I have no
I don't know what I'm trying to say, but yeah, he's really good with the little animals. He goes right in their room, and they're big. They're like 15 pounders.
Oh my god.
Oh, I see.
I guess I don't know if I've seen a cat, and I just remember this.
Yeah, I don't think
Oh,
a
they put
cat would
something
be up for
tasty on the
that.
glass.
Oh, it's like peanut butter or something. That's cute.
You gotta motivate those fatties.
Yeah, there is cats.
Oh, look at that. All that peanut
Cats?
butter.
Really?
Yeah, here.
Hell
I'll send you
yeah,
a cat.
dude. Get them
Wait,
walking.
you don't. There's that famous one of the.
Oh
my god.
Sweet
Here,
puppy.
I'll pull it up.
Oh, it's therapy
Yeah.
to rehabilitate.
I sent a super funny video. It's a massive cat.
slang. You sent,
Yeah, it's like a chunky ass cat.
Is it exercising?
Yeah.
This is such a good.
He's got a skinny face. The cat.
Yeah, that's how my cat Lily has like a really small head, but she's really big and has been since she was like 6 months. As soon as we got her spayed, she just blew up and then was always that
I heard
size.
that's gonna happen. Yeah.
She's in the background of every one of my videos too. She just naps back there.
Cute. Love that.
Okay, shall we dive back in?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, the whole brain draining thing, the Band-Aid, whatever. So
Yada, yada,
yeah,
yada.
and that was before 2012. So going back forward in time here, one of Amanda's biggest lies happens at this point, and this is what really starts to the straw that breaks the camel's back. The house of cards is falling. She was pretending to be a participant in a clinical trial for the drug Keytruda, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard of.
What is
Keytruda.
No, I haven't heard.
It's just it's a treatment for cancer. I remember always seeing ads for it on TV. It treats several different types of cancer. I was looking at their clinical trials, and I didn't really have a whole lot of time to really look into it. But on their website, I didn't even see Hodgkin's lymphoma like listed.
That's why they're experimenting.
I guess. I don't know.
What
if
a dumb, stupid, pointless lie.
I know. And she told people that she was going all the way out to New York to be in this clinical trial. But she told people that these treatments were going to cost her $12,500 a month, which I'm certainly not an expert on clinical trials.
You don't pay to be in a clinical trial.
Right. Like most of the time, they cover at least the majority of it.
I don't think you have to pay anything if you're in a clinical trial.
That's what we were thinking too. I think that
ChatGPT
made no sense.
I mean,
let's ask
I'm
Chat
very
on that.
confident, but let's see. Do you need to pay to be a part of a clinical trial? Typically, participants in clinical trials do not need to pay to be a part of the study. In fact, participants are often compensated for their time. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yep.
She's
I mean,
being-
like you're essentially
She's getting greedy.
Oh my gosh, she's so greedy. And I really think the reason that she did this is she wanted to like go to New York for an extended period of time with her husband without the kids.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And by the way, if anybody has any gift cards for like what are those like Michelin star restaurants? Passe or whatever the fuck it's called. Nobu or Passe. If you know anyone that can get us reservations,
go to Nobu.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is where people started really donating her airline miles as well, because they felt bad that not only are the treatment's going to cost $12,500, but also she has to pay to go back and forth to New York.
Certainly, more and more people out by now are being like, "This is not This is a lie.
I'd hope so. I don't know the exact amount of people that knew, but clearly from that anonymous tip, at least one person was starting to catch on. I'm sure there was a group of people that like behind the scenes they're really thinking, but they don't want to be the first ones to come out and accuse her. So yeah, she went around New York. She posted pictures of herself in New York, holding the Keytruda vial right there. And she went to various hospitals around New York to take pictures, went as far as like trying to get into the trials, which is kind of confusing. But it really started to spiral in a way that was just not believable at all at this point. You can go to the next slide.
This is this little inch-tall bottle, we're calling it liquid gold, is $12,500.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, she really took it too far at this point. This is the dumbest lie possibly of all of them. Amanda said that doctors were so nice that they decided she could self-administer the drugs to herself at home. Straight shoot herself up with the Keytruda.
Wow, they were so nice.
What is
so kind?
That's
Right?
really
They just because they want her to be home for Christmas.
I
That's
can't believe
why.
they trust her like that.
Yep.
Well,
I
she's
give
just that
myself.
talented.
Yeah, she's
Just
had cancer
that-
for so long. She knows.
She's that good
Yeah.
at having cancer.
She's
It
a pro.
really is.
They're like, you're a pro. You don't even need us.
Yeah.
You're actually the best person who's ever had cancer.
And
That's
it's
what they
not
told
even
her.
like it's just a treatment. It's a clinical trial where they have to watch. They have to keep track of what it's doing to her, right?
Track it in a
see the
journal.
evidence.
This was by far the dumbest lie that she told. And obviously it's because she wants to go home. She's probably running out of money trying to live in New York. So she's like, how do I explain that I'm leaving and
She just
whatever.
It's amazing how she makes up lies to cover for like obvious like
Just her
she just wants to
lifestyle.
live her life.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you missed it, but she's like, when she got pregnant, she's like, I was magically cured of cancer. I'm free of cancer. And then when she was 38 weeks, she's like, it's back.
My
Yeah,
God,
at 8
that's
weeks,
crazy.
it finally is cancer free, so I don't have to go through chemo. But 38 weeks back,
Was it worth all
so
the
baby was
lies?
healthy. Love that one.
Herself. And I sent in Discord.
Alrighty.
So yeah, that brings us to blog post H.
So this is apparently one of the only photos that they've been able to recover of her self-administering. Yeah, man. I mean, it definitely looks
Iconic.
real, certainly.
Oh my God, is that a newer one?
This
Yeah,
is from
after
last
last
night,
night.
I believe.
Yeah,
That's
hot
a
off
new
the
drop.
press.
I was gonna say I haven't seen that.
It's an
Yeah.
empty syringe that he found in an ambulance. He's insane.
I need to go watch that.
He screams out, the Hulk is fucking back right after he does that.
I was like, he so does steroids, but I don't think he hides it.
Yeah, he's honest about it.
Yeah. All right, where are we at?
Blog post H.
Oh, alrighty.
This is her explaining the whole self-administering situation.
To make the deal even better, because the drug is off trial in the US, my doctor has tentatively agreed that if I do well the first 2 rounds, he will let me self-administer the shot so I don't have to keep flying to New York City every 3 weeks. It's not... If that's not good enough, I just hit week 7 of chemo, which at this point last time I was bald and shiny as a bowling ball. I'm happy to report, at least of now, I still have most of my hair. I'm officially done with chemo forever. We're flushing it from my system for the next 30 days to start my new mononuclear antibody immunotherapy treatment. So now my chemo will cost $1,250 every 3 weeks rather than $13,000, and I might not have to pay to fly to New York City every 3 weeks. So thankful. My flight in November is covered thanks to my sister-in-law's connections, as well as all my initial testing costs are covered thanks to Encounter Leadership. If anyone has any extra points they don't need or connections and want to help get me back there for my second dose the first week of December, we would really appreciate it.
Would love to go hit another restaurant.
Does she talk about anything but like begging for money?
No, I mean, we don't have all the blog posts, but everything that's archived, there's a financial element to every single one, yeah.
I'm working part-time to help cover bills, but the co-pays, medicine, testing still add up so fast on top of life. We're so grateful for the insurance coverage. You have insurance? And that's still $1,250 for medicine alone every 3 weeks. Can't handle airfare on top of that. Yikes.
Yeah, laying it on. Yikes! So Nancy is super sus after seeing these blog posts, especially about the self-administering.
Nancy Soul Cycle?
Huh?
No,
Nancy
different
Soul.
No, Nancy, she's the investigative journalist. But she started doing her homework to see if any of this was even possible. Now that brings us to, we're already on the next slide. So she decides to call the hospital herself. But as you can imagine, HIPAA obviously made things a lot harder for her. And we love HIPAA. Great
Let's
thing.
go, HIPAA.
Obviously we need it. But it did make it more difficult for her to try to get to the bottom of this.
Actually, I didn't want to mention, but our HR girl violated my HIPAA rights a few months ago. She asked me if I had got a COVID vaccine in the past 6 months, and I reported her to the medical board.
Really?
That's fucked up, dude. That's fucked up that she did that to you. That's really fucked up. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Wow. You did good. You did a good thing.
Comedy is alive and well.
Absolutely.
That's my boss. That's my boss.
There he is.
Just
Ladies
a little
and
bit
gentlemen,
just a little bit of a joke for you guys about. I said that's a little RFK Jr. joke for you guys. Yeah.
Okay. So because of HIPAA, she can't straight up call the hospital and just ask if Amanda's a patient, but she can call the hospital and ask if they're doing Keytruda trials there. And what did they say? Absolutely not. So then right there, she knows Amanda's lying. They're not even doing there. And then the hospital also said that they would never allow someone to self-administer a clinical trial drug like just absolutely not. So she really did her homework. For example, if there was ever a situation where Amanda is posting a photo of herself in a pink hospital gown, she would call the hospital she claimed to be at, like UCS or UCSF.
Mega detailed fact checking.
Yeah.
On everything.
She would call them up, ask them if they had pink gowns. The answer would be no, and she would know she was lying. So she just kept going through the blog, doing little things like this over time. And in doing this, she could just see that Amanda was lying about where she was. Just further proof. And she was also tracking all the ways that she's soliciting money, which she knew was illegal. So once she found all of this out, she was 200% confident that Amanda was breaking the law and knew it was time to go to the cops.
Yeah. Oh, straight to the police.
Straight to the
She
police.
She didn't write it up or anything.
No, she just brought what she had.
Wow. What an upright citizen. She didn't try to profit off it immediately or anything, off her work.
No, she's serious about it. She's not in it for... In fact, she's at a fairly low profile in all
No merch
of this.
for Nancy?
Cancer sucks.
No merch,
Stupid
merch
cancer.
from Nancy? Like no
No
shop
merch.
going up?
No,
Yeah.
no. And she wasn't even... She is part of the podcast, but it's more interviews. She's like really in it for the love of exposing the frauds. You know, she wasn't ever trying to...
We love you, Nancy.
I love
Keep it up.
Nancy. I'm like such a huge fan of her.
All Nancys.
Every single Nancy for real.
We're huge fans of Nancy's here.
Nah, almost all.
Yeah.
Just hedging. I'm hedging a little bit.
I've covered some bad Nancy's over the years.
Shout out Nancy.
too.
I should have.
Every last one.
So September of 2015, Nancy got in contact with Jose Martinez, who worked for the San Jose Police Department, and she showed him everything that she found, and he was like, damn, good find. So Jose looked into the blog and took notes on all the illegal shit that she was doing, and then he is the one who ends up taking it all to the IRS.
How nice that she actually found a cop that was interested in doing his job.
Yeah. No, he's great. Hats
out.
off to Detective Martinez.
We love you.
Great guy. Also, hats off to the IRS agent. Her name is Arlette Lee.
Ooh, you do not fuck over the IRS.
No. Yeah. So he brings it all to the IRS, and then they have to conduct their own investigation. But we do know the IRS takes its sweet ass time.
Yeah.
So it was going to take a long time for them to investigate this fully, go through everything, and prove that she was faking cancer and committing fraud. So in February of 2016, Special Agent Arlette Lee with the IRS took the case, and she opened the official investigation. And then that is when things were like totally put behind a locked door. And so Nancy just had to sit and wait and hope that they come to the same conclusion that she did.
Okay.
But
So she's shut out.
Yeah, she's kind of shut out at this point. But she knew that that's just how it goes. And obviously our justice system just in general, everything with this moved super, super slow. And in the meantime, a couple other things were happening. We can go to the next slide. First of all, 2016, Alita finally got custody of Jessa back.
How long did that take?
I think, well, what year was it that she first I think it was only a year.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't anything too long, but still a year away from your daughter, only being able to do phone calls with her that are monitored.
No, that's insane. Yeah.
So horrible.
What year is it?
2024.
So while living with Corey and Amanda, Jessa, their daughter, definitely caught on to a few strange things. One of those being that she found an old IV bag under her brother's bed, just like stashed under there. Which, by the way, a lot of people have been curious about how she got a lot of the, medical supplies and stuff. But you can get it at like Walmart.
Yeah, that's gotta be easy to get it at.
Amazon, medical supply stores, oxygen tubes, pill bottles, all of that.
Yeah. They're not prescription. Yeah.
No.
Hell yeah, you can get that on my site.
Hell yes.
And I don't know why it was under the brother's bed. That seems like a terrible hiding spot, but probably just like wherever convenient where she can quickly grab it and take a photo if she needed to for Instagram or the blog or whatever. So everyone who did at this point know that she was lying was really hopeful that she would get caught. And she was definitely lashing out at this point because she started catching wind that the walls are closing in on her. So things start at this point popping up on her blog about this enemy who's trying to ruin her life.
Nice.
And it was all very cryptic, but it's pretty obvious that she's talking about either Nancy or Alita. My guess is Alita. She began saying that Nancy was a friend of Alita's. So I think that was really her main anger was towards Alita and felt like Nancy was this friend of hers who was brought in to spread these false accusations. And that Alita was really the one behind the slander campaign. Even though it's ironic since they slandered her saying she was a drug addict and everything.
Yeah.
But Nancy even wrote a letter to the family court judge letting them know that they weren't friends and that she was investigating this privately. It was not any type of prior connection between the two of them. So that brings us to the next page, the raid.
Yeah.
Yep, so Amanda got raided in September of 2016. And Nancy actually went to the house.
She got the tip?
Yeah, she heard
got
about
that
it.
Jessie, what's her name from Housewives? How can I not remember?
Oh.
I was just talking about her.
Jen Shaw?
Yeah, she got that Jen Shaw tip off.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
I love Salt Lake. So yeah, she went and watched the whole thing go down from afar.
Wow.
And during the raid, what's weird is Amanda was like totally chill during all of it. Which I'm sure inside she was just freaking out. And she clearly has the acting skills.
She's just trying to be cool, yeah.
This is crazy. Like, you're going to see quickly. Just totally
chilling.
unbothered. Yeah. But at this point, she said that they were taking out boxes and boxes of what I'm assuming is evidence out of the house. So it's not looking good. So internally, she's got to be freaking shit. And despite having her house literally raided and now being aware that she is being investigated, Amanda did not stop lying.
She's in too deep.
Yeah. She
Why
was
stop
just like,
now?
yeah.
Obsessed.
Yep. So that's next slide. Amanda did take her blog down for a bit, but was still lying about having cancer and soliciting money from people. During the lawsuit, she quit her job as a teacher and became a principal for a Christian academy.
Job.
Yeah.
That's like a high-level education job.
Yeah.
That you need tons of experience to get, and it's
I
usually like
know.
pretty high paying.
I know, it was really strange.
She would do, what the fuck?
I know. And I told you that she filed a lawsuit against Nancy, right? Did I say that?
You had mentioned she was suing people for defamation.
Okay.
Yeah.
I somehow messed up all my slides last night and my team was like, what the fuck did you do? So I think I may have just skipped it, but she actually filed a lawsuit against Nancy for civil harassment.
Okay.
And was trying
civil
to,
harassment, not defamation.
I think, and maybe
Is that
defamation.
I've never
too.
heard of that, civil harassment.
Let's go.
Unless I'm getting that wrong, but yeah, she tried to sue her to get her to stop talking to people who were close with her, and it went on for a long time, and cost Nancy over $200,000 to fight.
Doesn't surprise me at all, man.
Yeah,
I know, unfortunately, more than everyone. That's a lot of money.
Yep.
How did she pay for it? I wonder.
I don't actually really know. Or Amanda's side, probably all of the funding.
Pro bono.
Yeah.
Lawyer. I have cancer.
Well, or just all the money that she was scamming.
That was, it
who
cost.
knows?
Wow, that's
It
horrible.
cost a lot. And all she would have had to do to prove, and this slide might come up later since I may have thrown it out of order, but all she would have had to do to win that lawsuit was prove that she had cancer. and
Which
she
must be the
could not,
easiest thing in the world
right?
to do.
Bring in one document.
Which is like the most
Oh my God.
self-defeating lawsuit ever because
Exactly.
that's going to come out.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
I know.
She's just a dumb criminal.
She's a special kind of stupid.
Yeah. Is it possible she was a DEI hire?
What do you mean?
She got it because she has cancer.
Yeah, I can fill the quota of cancer patient hires.
They need to get a few of those for the district.
It's that damn DEI again. God damn it.
She didn't deserve that spot. She gonna die soon anyway. Yeah. All right.
But yeah, it cost Nancy $200,000, and at some point she was even worried that she might lose.
Oh,
but she knew at the end of the day.
Oh, she might lose. Please, Nancy. We are so with you.
I know, but it's like when you get deep into it and you're,
Yeah.
you know, like it's easy to start feeling fearful when it went on for 2 years. And then the
Wow.
reason it went on for so long is because Amanda would kept having to reschedule things because of her cancer.
2 years for this
Yeah.
lady to just show evidence she has cancer.
Yep.
The legal system is so fucking.
I know. But she did win, so we love that.
We do.
And, you know, freedom of press. She had every right to do it. And yeah, all Amanda would have had to do is prove that she had cancer, and she could not do that.
It's awesome.
So what the fuck? Okay. Do you mind if I take a quick bathroom break?
Absolutely not.
Thank
Please
you
do.
so much. I'm drinking so much of this.
I always do it during the show. You gotta do it.
You do what you gotta do. It's all right. We've been having so many generous people donating today.
They'll go on.
And we can acknowledge them and give them their just time. Let's see here. Erozalove said, I'm so happy to see this collab. I have watched Ray since 500 members. It was one I never knew I wanted. Just joined the members. Excited to watch future episodes.
Woo.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Thank you.
I was so excited for this collab.
This is my dream. I opened YouTube and screamed out loud. Been waiting for this collab. Been a consistent fan of Kendall and H3 since 2018. Love you all. Hashtag family. It's Shelby. Thank you. Thank you.
That's so her when she opened.
Now, there's a donation from somebody with the name Nancy SoulCycle. I do not know if this is the Nancy SoulCycle. I genuinely don't. Let me click on the profile and see.
We need to verify the original.
Well, it has the same profile picture, but there's nothing on this channel.
You can
so
usually see how old the
it was
channel
created today, so this is
no,
not the
hers
real
is very
Nancy.
old.
Well, then I'm gonna skip it for trying to trick us. No, they said if you only show the right side of this screen, I'd actually be able to watch this podcast. I see. They're insulting Ethan. They're saying if Ethan wasn't here, they could.
What's
watch.
wrong with me?
What the
So they're
heck?
channeling the spirit of Nancy.
What, you don't like the way I
regardless.
look, Nancy? You looked in the mirror, you old hag?
Hold on.
Your face is
Hold on.
falling
That
off.
wasn't even Nancy.
I extended
I don't care.
an olive branch to Nancy.
Nancy Soul Cycle is like Dread Pirate Roberts. You know that?
Yeah, of course.
It's just it's like
It can be. It's
it
a
could be
legend that
anyone.
can be passed around.
It could be anyone. It's a shared identity.
Right.
And so I'll say this, Nancy, you're like a fucking slow cooked rib, and your flesh is falling off. Okay, watch who you
Ignore
call
him.
ugly.
Nancy, are you talking
Don't
about?
mind the hoes.
Nancy Soul Cycle.
Nance, we're still chill. Just ignore him. He's joking. He's joking.
Think about it.
Not a joke.
How are we doing on time? Am I
100%
like
not
rambling
sincere.
too much?
That's
I
good.
can't ever shut up.
I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Well, just let me know.
No, we'll finish for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, okay. So we can go to the next slide, which was the lawsuit slide. I just jumped the gun on that. So yeah, we can skip over it. I covered everything. Actually.
What the fuck?
Actually, there was one thing that that I didn't mention. She had gone to that detective for the San Jose Police Department and presented him. She like marched herself down there with this stack of papers as proof that she had cancer, but it ended up just being a list of all her medications and treatment plans from a website that was self-populated.
Why is she so stupid? You're going to a
He's wild.
detective.
I know.
You dumb fuck.
He's
This
like,
is what he does
"The
for a
fuck
job.
is this?" So she could have written anything in there and printed it out. It proved absolutely nothing.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. Okay. So next slide, I think.
This,
I don't do PowerPoint
Not this one?
It
This
would
one?
be slide.
Spoiler alert.
I know people get medicine from veterinarians, as sad as that is.
Okay, yeah, it would be okay. So people start
This
one.
one, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. Bear with me. Okay, so then there was a point where everyone who had made a donation to supportamanda.com received a letter saying that they were the victim of a fraud scheme.
Who sent that letter?
I'm not sure exactly. I'm guessing the IRS.
They probably made her do it or they did.
No, she went.
I don't think she did
They
it,
must have taken the domain.
They took over.
No, she
or
was.
PayPal, but PayPal would have. They sent it.
It would have been on behalf of the IRS.
I'm thinking it was the IRS. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
believe that.
Okay. Interesting.
Wow.
Let's think of how to dig ourselves out of this fraud.
Too late.
But, yeah, this was surprising to her. Obviously, Amanda's like, fuck. Okay, because now people are calling her and going, what the hell is this?
What the fuck? That's so weird.
I know. But then Amanda, of course, has a lie for this. She has an explanation. She said that it was all part of Alita's plot to destroy her.
I believe her.
Wow. I do too.
Why would
I'm
you
back
lie?
in.
Yep. I mean, why, right? Yeah.
I believed her this far.
Why does it lie?
So she actually tells them that the reason that this was happening is because she forgot to pay taxes on the donation, but there was nothing to worry about. And then even before that, or maybe it was after, she also tried to tell people that this was a case of mistaken identity.
Well, which is it?
And that there was another Amanda Riley out there with cancer, and it was also being investigated by the IRS, but it wasn't her.
Oh, okay.
And then that didn't work, so yeah, she went more with the other version. And she just forgot to pay the taxes and whatever. So at this point, a lot of people are on board of this. This is bullshit. But some people still believed her. Even one of her friends, Rebecca, was really starting to question her. So she decides to FaceTime her while she's doing her treatment as proof. And this is a real screenshot from it.
Certainly, we have this video.
No, all we have is a screenshot. We have no video, dude. It sucks.
Wow.
But yeah, that's the real screenshot. And then when she's FaceTiming her and seeing her getting the treatment, she feels horrible. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe I even questioned you. She felt terrible as her friend for questioning her. Okay, next slide. The truth is exposed. So this is an interesting one. The one on both pictures are actually just examples, but this is something that she actually did post. She shared a photo of her blog of one of her bottles of medication. And when you zoom in, you can see that it says for veterinary use only.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly it's for a dog.
canine.
Or a cat.
She is a
I
bit
don't
of
know.
a dog, don't you think?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's just for her. So this is just one example. There's so many others, but it
Did
really
she
showcases
post it?
the steps.
She posted it herself?
Yeah.
Her whole scheme has been just incompetent stupidity after incompetent stupidity.
Yeah. Charlie Webster, the creator of this blog, didn't even notice it, or I mean of the Scamanda podcast, didn't even notice it at first. She just, as she was working on the project, she zoomed in, all of a sudden was like, whoa, this is veterinarian on it.
Yeah, that is certainly
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
little
like,
odd.
as time goes on and the lies get more intense, she starts getting messy with it. She's making dumb mistakes left and right.
I can't wait to watch this series.
I know. It's
If they
gonna
get the
be good.
footage.
I'm really hoping.
They have to.
They have
Somebody's
to.
got that shit.
Well, because there's no way they're going to make a multi-part series and not have
Just
video.
reading emails?
Right. Like,
Hell no.
no, there's got to be. They're going to have some good stuff in there. I'm really looking forward to it. And I hope more people really need to be more aware of this situation. But finally, all this shit does come to an end. That brings us to the arrest. In July of 2020, Amanda was arrested and indicted for wire fraud. And this is 4 years after the raid. So justice.
Holy shit.
No, that's how slow it goes.
God damn.
And our justice system just is incredibly slow in general, and obviously the IRS too. But the complaint.
I know why. Certain people slowing it down, huh?
Yeah. So the complaint stated that between October of 2012 and February of 2016, Amanda claimed to have Hodgkin's lymphoma. It also stated that she falsely claimed that she was receiving cancer treatment from hospitals. Specifically, it mentions Kaiser Permanente, City of Hope National Medical Center, John Hopkins Hospital, Columbia University Hospital, and UCSF Medical Center. And they were able to confirm in the criminal complaint that she was never diagnosed with or treated for cancer, period.
Busted.
Yep.
A big lie.
Did they check all of the hospitals?
Huh?
Dan is
They
holding
checked
out. He's still
all
holding
of
out
the
that she's.
I'm still in.
Yeah, that she made.
I'm
Dan's hoping there's a shot that she was
Scamanda.
telling the truth.
Oh, that's nice of you.
I could tell. I could tell. I listen. I believe women. What can I say?
Believe
What can I say?
victims, believe women.
Believing in women's rights and wrongs.
That's right.
Such a feminist legend you are.
But again, because the wire fraud only counted for money that was sent over the wires, anyone who offered their time, their babysitting, any type of services for her, making them meals, cash, gift cards, those airline miles, are technically not considered victims in a legal sense, at least. Obviously, we consider them all victims. Not to mention all the people who were victimized just by being in a fucking cancer support group with her and reading her blog, getting bad medical advice. They're all victims as well. But as far as who is considered to be a victim in the eyes of the law are the people who sent money in over the wire. Which the criminal complaint outlined 349 victims and over $105,000 stolen when it was all said and done. And I know I brought up 447 donations earlier. I believe that the number's smaller here because it's counting individual victims versus donations made. And a lot of people are probably, doing repeating donations. But Nancy and Charlie said that at one point they tried counting all of the other donations that she received via cash and other ways, and they lost track around 80,000. So I think it's safe to say, and they agree, that she probably had closer to 400 victims or more and stole more than $200,000. I really do think it could be a lot higher.
To be honest, though, like, wouldn't she make more money just getting a fucking job? Like, she was doing this for how long?
Oh my God! Yeah, it started in 2012, and she was arrested in 2020.
So she did 8 years, so 200,000.
Yeah.
Divided by 8. Whoops.
Which she did work a couple jobs.
Okay. This was a side hustle.
Yeah, this is the.
So she was.
She was the principal at the Christian Academy, and was a
I forgot she was
teacher.
an educator.
She was getting 25,000 a year on average.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
I mean, it's got to be some kind of a mental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pressure of being an
Thank
educator,
you.
it's a lot. And, we underpay educators in this country. And I think it's a little fucked up to go after this girl just for, trying to make a couple extra $100K on the side.
Dan, that's not why we're going after her.
Yeah.
It's not because she's trying to make money that we're going after her, Dan.
I'm just saying.
So, from when she was arrested to the end of everything, she really tried to hold out till the very end, where she was absolutely backed into a corner. They had physical proof that she did not have cancer.
They have to have police interrogation video.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sure they
Dying for that.
There's got to be plenty. And like I said, I really do think this is going to be a very well-known case in the future. But and sorry, I forgot to tell you next slide too. So that brings us to when she finally does plead guilty. That was at the very last second, October of 2021, and she pled guilty via Zoom because COVID. Obviously, we all remember this time. But the Zoom hearing was public, so anyone was able to watch it online.
Where's that video then?
I know. I'm like, how did no one screen record this?
That doesn't make any sense. I've never seen media shut down like this in my life.
Me either. And I've covered so many cases. We combed through trying to find as much as we could. There's no video of anything.
Who bought the rights to the docuseries?
ABC.
So Disney.
Yeah.
So that's why the footage doesn't exist anymore.
But even for them, this is crazy.
There is
they know they got gold, man.
There is a video clip of Amanda being interviewed about her cancer, but it's copyrighted by the Scamanda podcast. So there were some things I wanted to play too, but
Scamanda's playing hardball too.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I mean, and they deserve it. They put in a lot of work, a lot of time.
That's true.
So,
Go look for the clip.
I don't blame them. But yeah, even though she
never owned it.
She never fully admitted that she
committed
actually
to the very end.
Still to this day, people are saying.
Wow.
She pleaded guilty. I do have her statement we can read in a sec, but yeah, there are sources who say that she's still pretending that she's sick.
Can you plead guilty and not admit that? Like, How's
Yeah, well, I mean, plead guilty to take the deal, but
no, but I think it's an admission. I think there's like a legal.
Yeah, I
admission
mean, legally,
that you have to like.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
That's where there's like some debate about it.
You know what I
Charlie
mean?
Charlie Webster, the host of the podcast, really like she never actually says I lied. I never had cancer or anything like that. But she does admit that what she did was wrong. So like she roundabouts it.
Okay.
But yeah, these charges were the first of their kind for the IRS, and they'll be used as a precedent in other fraud cases going forward. So pretty big deal. And after she pleaded guilty, but before she was sentenced, she did try to do it again.
Nice.
Just when you think it's coming to an end.
Wait, what?
Maybe she's
She
like,
tried it again.
maybe in this time that passed, I actually got cancer. Maybe we should check.
Exactly.
I finally got it.
So wait, she abandoned her family, or she brought her family?
No.
She moved states.
Yep. She moved states. Amanda, Corey, and their boys. She has 2 sons with him now. Moved to Texas, and she started faking it again. But here's the difference.
That is crazy.
I know. But in Texas, the hospitals have this internal database, which I first heard about from. I've been really curious. Have you ever watched 600 Pound Life?
A few times.
There's this one guy on it. I forget his name, but he had like several episodes, and he would go to multiple hospitals, but it was in Texas, and so they're like a red flag is thrown in the system that. But California doesn't have that.
Really?
The hospitals here don't communicate with each other at all. So like you could go to any hospital in Texas and they, I believe, would be able to pull your medical records and they all kind of communicate. But
Crazy.
that's how she was able to pull it off in California for so long. She was in the right state for it.
Wow.
And what's
Shout
interesting
out.
too is like a lot of
Good tip.
yeah, right? Take notes. But in a lot of
tip.
countries, the entire nation has that system.
Yeah, that
like in the
makes sense.
UK,
For
it's
sure.
it's all connected. So we're like pretty behind with that. But
So
yeah,
she moved to Texas with her family and started telling people there
Yep.
she has cancer.
Yep.
It's awesome. She was like addicted to it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
she-
She's gonna
she
live
did.
without it.
Stop.
She's like the cancer at this point.
Yeah.
She's like so aggressive in spreading even.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
That's
Yeah,
a wonderful, wonderful
She's the
observation.
That
cancer.
is.
I married a
Yep.
poet.
He really is.
She loves the cancer. She needs the cancer. She became the
Can't
cancer.
stop. Can't stop.
Wow.
But even even though she went to all these different hospitals, it ended very quickly because they were able to, figure it out. So she didn't get very far with that, and there wasn't much time before her sentencing anyway. So sentencing, these are actual court drawings from there's no footage of court.
This
I
is
don't think cameras were allowed in.
This is as close as we'll get to video.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Which one is supposed to be her?
This crying dummy,
yeah,
this
the
loser.
crying.
I'm assuming, even though it doesn't look like her.
Very
Yeah.
good drawing.
I
mean, no hate to the artist.
Spent too much time on the background.
Yeah, I like the choices of the colors.
It's beautiful, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
And I think they make those like right on the spot, right? They just sit
do,
in there and
they
do it. It's
do.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta be skilled to do that. So yeah, that was May of 2022. Amanda, who was 36 years old at this time, was sentenced to 5 years in prison, 3 years of supervised release, and ordered that she pay restitution to her victims, over $105,000. She did face a maximum of up to 20 years in prison and a fine of $250,000. And it was actually recommended by the prosecution to the judge that he give her only 12 to 18 months, but this judge went like super hard on her, which is interesting because it's San Jose and it's like a fairly liberal area as far as I understand. But yeah, he went hard. He gave her the 5 years and people were kind of shocked, but he felt like, you're going to do this again. I can see right through you. And I want to make an example out of you.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 years isn't that fucking long. Even.
No, it's not. Like she's almost done. She's done.
Oh, once she
3
gets out,
years
we're
so
gonna
far.
get all kinds of good interviews.
Oh my God.
She's gonna be a celebrity like Gypsy Rose.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be like a Gypsy Rose type case one day.
But just remember, guys, when she gets out of prison, let's not like start giving her brand deals and paying her.
I don't
all
think-
this. She's gonna get.
Ethan, sorry.
Really?
Let
You
me-
think so?
She milked having cancer for 5 years. Now she has something real that she can milk.
That's true.
She's about to make. This is huge for her.
Unless they had something set up where she can't profit off of it, the way they did
True.
with
Oh,
True.
they have that. That is a
yeah.
law.
Yeah, they did that with
Who? Where they
Casey
did-
Anthony.
Wait, that is a law. Is
But I
that a
think-
California law or a federal law?
I think it's just by the court. And I don't know if that was a thing in this.
Isn't
Yeah,
that
they
called
do
the-
normally block
It's
people.
called
Son of Sam law. Yeah.
Son of
You look
Sam.
that up.
Oh, it's the Son of Sam law?
Yeah.
Who's that?
That's a crazy case.
Law designed to keep criminals
Son
from
of Sam.
profiting from publicity of their crimes, for
Who's
instance,
Sam?
by selling their stories to publishers.
Everyone was asking.
I'm
Who is?
surprised you haven't heard of that one. My husband covered it
It
on his
sounds
podcast.
familiar.
All
It's
Lights
one of the
Out.
big famous ones.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. That one's
Well,
absolutely wild.
listen,
But,
Amanda, when you get out, I promise we won't pay you, so you won't be in violation of this law, but you are always welcome here.
We'll
girl.
make a donation.
We support you.
to St. Jude's Hospital, just in honor of Boogie.
There you go. That's good.
United States. Many states in the U.S. have enacted Son of Sam laws. The federal government also has a similar law. Laws generally require that any profits made from books, movies, or other media about the crime be directed to a fund for the victims or be held in escrow for a certain period to allow victims to file civil claims.
There you go.
That's great.
But I think it's only for a certain amount of time, too, because I know that I'm pretty sure that it expired already for Casey Anthony, and she was able to do a book
Yeah.
or is doing a book eventually. I don't know. I
What
can't.
the hell?
I hate her so much. I don't follow anything that's going on with her anymore. But yeah, again, those people who gave her any cash or non-monetary donations technically don't have to be paid back at all. So they just get completely screwed. And obviously she's never able to pay back Jessa for stealing away from her mom and lying to her and her other kids about having cancer. I mean, how truly evil is that? And she's never going to be able to pay back the countless people who babysat for them, cooked meals for them. And interestingly enough, the only thing that she contested during her sentencing was Nancy being able to give a victim impact statement.
She hates her.
She hates her. And she still does to this day, according to people who
Nancy is the
interviewed
one.
her.
You should hate her.
Nancy ruined her life.
But I'm
But,
telling you, when she gets out of prison, it's going to be gangbusters for our girl.
Yeah, probably.
You get married, get divorced,
Yeah. Oh, well,
Gypsy Rose style.
I'll let you know. There's actually some updates there. I just found last night on Reddit. I was just happened to look, found something new. But
Oh, a new fling?
so I'll get to it. But yeah, she didn't want Nancy to speak, but Nancy ended up being allowed to speak at the trial. However, she chose not to, or during the sentencing. However, she did write a statement that she read on the Scamanda podcast, which is very emotional. I definitely recommend listening to it. She talks a lot about how personal this was for her because she lost her sister to cancer and just how personal it became after fighting her in a lawsuit for 2 fucking years.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad blood there.
Definitely. So after the sentencing, the judge said that Amanda preyed on the kindness and goodwill of innocent, loving people and invaded the sanctity of communities and grieving members of support groups in order to defraud her victims. And then if you want to read Amanda's statement from court, I wish we
I'd
had
love
video
to.
of it, but
This would be I.
yes, quote.
Your Honor, there aren't enough words to adequately express how horrific I feel and how sorry I am that this happened. What happened?
Right, that this happened.
What happened? My heart aches every day thinking that I did something that hurts other people. And this is the worst thing I've ever done. That makes me raise my eyebrow that you said that.
Me too.
She definitely killed someone.
You said something worse for sure.
I swear to God, this is the worst thing I've ever done, Judge. The worst mistake I could have made.
Mistake. Really,
Yeah.
this is a mistake.
I don't sleep well at night because this haunts me daily. I can't even look at myself in the mirror without feeling ashamed. I am so sorry. Looking back and recognizing that I hurt a lot of people crushes me, and it has for a really long time now. I've been dealing with the repercussions of this for years. I threw away my dream career, lost my friends and family. I went from being a nobody to being negatively covered in dozens of tabloids and news articles. I'm paranoid. I'm being followed all the time, and I'm too scared to open. Followed? Isn't she in
What you
prison?
wanted.
I don't know. I don't.
True, yeah.
She probably just meant by Nancy. I don't know.
I'm being followed all the time, and I'm too scared to open social media messages for fear of what they will say and the hurtful things that people have said to me. I'm so sorry that's happening to you.
So insane.
At least you're not Ryan Kavanaugh, 30,000 per day.
Well, she doesn't
hour.
open it, so yeah, I mean, you might be
30,000
getting
per
that
day.
many.
That's a lot.
No, 30,000.
Yeah, 30,000.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No, I remember that old part.
3,000 is a lot. 30,000 is what he's getting.
That's crazy.
Until today, I've never publicly addressed this, and it's time I step forward and be accountable to try to right this wrong. I'm here to accept responsibility and humbly accept my consequences at the first step of showing everyone I want to make this right. I will spend the rest of my life working towards the amends for the hurt that I have caused. I want to publicly apologize to all the victims in this case, specifically the church and those participating or who helped with fundraising, to all of the kind, loving people who helped us. Ask that you not be deterred from your servant's heart because of my mistake. Please continue to help those in need. I want to apologize to my family, Corey, my husband, my parents, my brother, our best friends that we consider our kid. What about your kids? Our best friends that we consider family. Oh, and our kid. They got like a tiny little mention there.
Yeah, just
Probably the biggest victim of you.
Yeah.
Our lives will never be the same because of my choices, and I am so sorry for that. Jessa, my bonus daughter, what a disgrace. I hope this brings you the closure and clarity that you have been seeking. I'm so sorry you were in the dark for what was truly happening for so long. You had to walk through this, and it breaks my heart to know I hurt you. I do love you and always have loved you like you were my own. It doesn't sound like it. There is nothing I can do or say to make things better for you, except to promise that through my actions, I will work every day for the rest of my life to rebuild our relationship from hurt that I have caused you. And I hope one day we can get there. Our two young boys were babies when this started, so they were too young to be affected by my bad choices. And Corey and I have worked so hard to protect and shelter them from this so they could live normal lives. Now to see them as big boys who are going to see their mom through this process is going to flip their world upside down. Being a good mom is what I have always wanted most in the world, and it's my job to love and protect them. So it breaks my heart most of all, the reason that they are going to be hurt and not see their mom every day is because of me. I humbly write this to you as a way of accountability, a first step to try to right a terrible wrong. And I promised to spend the rest of my life working to better myself. I promise I will spend the rest of my life helping others and not hurting them. Thank you for hearing my statement. All right. She's fine. She doesn't need to go to jail. She's sorry.
She apologized.
She's super sorry.
But do you think she's admitting that she lied in that? Or is it
Kind
just like,
of.
I don't know.
She's kind of, yeah.
I think she was forced to make that statement.
Yeah.
It was a kangaroo court.
Well, I mean, if she's
Silly woman.
she's scheming, she knows, like, she's got to try to do that, help with the sentencing. Or is this post or pre-sentencing?
Pre-sentencing.
Yeah, so she's...
She did say my choices, which I felt was like
Yeah.
the closest thing to an admission that she gave.
Yeah. The Scamanda podcast points out that she never once actually says, I lied about having cancer. But yeah, I see what you're saying. I think she's kind of roundabouting it in a lot of ways and saying things like, I'm sorry this happened to you, Jessa. And, you know, yeah. So yeah.
Amanda, if you're watching, I will pay you no, I won't pay you. I'll donate 2 Bevos to St. Jude's Hospital in your name. 2 Bevos.
2 whole Bevos?
2 Bevos to St. Jude's Hospital.
Wow.
That could be the beginning of you know, doing something right. Let's get 10K in the hands of those needy kids.
Well, you're going to have to wait until, February 7th, 2026, when she's released.
Not too far.
Maybe
Yep.
we could give
Not
her
that
a couple
far.
gift
Time's
cards.
flying.
On the horizon.
Yeah. So she is currently incarcerated at the FMC Carswell in Texas, which stands for Federal Medical Center. And it's for female inmates of all security levels, mostly with special medical and mental health needs as well,
Oh,
which is
thank
one
goodness. She needs
interesting.
that.
I know. And that's something that's really interesting to note is at no point in any of this is any type of mental health diagnosis brought up. Obviously, because they don't want to admit in court that they never tried to plead insanity or anything like that. So yeah, we have no idea. Obviously, something's going on here.
What if she had brain cancer and that caused her to start pathologically lying about having
it's
lung
true.
cancer?
Conspiracy.
It's true. That could certainly be. And as I understand it, brain cancer is one of the slowest moving cancers that you can live with it for 6+ years and not even have symptoms.
I saw that
depending on the
John
type,
Travolta movie, dude.
As long as you don't swim with it, you got to drain it before you swim.
Milk?
Yeah.
Milk, Dan? Is that the John Travolta movie?
Okay, hold on. Let me unpack this because Okay, the movie that you're thinking of, which is not the movie that I'm talking about, is Powder, not Milk. Okay.
Okay, well.
But I've reverse engineered that that's what you meant. But no, the movie that I'm talking about is called Phenomenon.
I think we actually have had this conversation before. They're both with John Travolta, right?
No, Sean Penn's in Milk.
Oh, Sean Penn is Milk?
There is a movie called Milk, but it has nothing to do with the subject at hand.
It shouldn't be called Powder. It should be called Milk. Milk is more interesting. It represents like nourishment, life, you know,
right.
Parenting, being a child. What's powder mean? Like a latex glove? What does that mean? Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Powder? Okay, so who knew?
Yeah.
Corey knew.
Right? He had to have.
I don't know anything. I don't know enough about her
That's the
mom
husband,
to say, but
right?
he fucking knew, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I knew it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious, especially because according to Amanda, he was taking care of her while she was deathly ill and bringing her to her appointments. He went to New York with her.
Unless she's lying to him too, but
No,
How
she never
fucking
went to the
crazy would that
doctor.
be?
No, how could she convince him? That it would be impossible.
yeah.
And like, if you listen back to this later, he's sketchy too from the earlier time.
There is no shot he didn't
Yeah.
know.
They hired her for their family when she was 17, and he married her left his wife and married her 2 years later.
Ew.
Yeah. So
Oh no, they're getting a divorce.
Yeah. That's what I just found last night on Reddit. I believe it's real. It's court documents.
I'm telling you, he sent that complaint. He's moving on. He sent the tip.
I don't know. I guess they're Monday, September 30th, coming up here. They're scheduled for a court hearing. As far as I know, again, I did just get that from Reddit, and of course, people could just make that up, but I don't know.
I buy it.
I do too.
I believe it with all my heart and soul.
So, do you think he should have been charged?
Well, I don't know what the evidence is.
Right.
But like, yes.
Yeah. It's like, it sucks he got away with, like, he benefited from all of this, all the trips and everything and all the money. And
I'm sure that if they had the evidence with all the documents they got, they probably would have.
Yeah. And I'm surprised he wasn't held accountable for falsifying those documents and lying under oath.
Yeah, that's a crime. Although there's
for-
probably statute of limitation passed on that.
Yeah, probably. Yep. So yeah, he's as far as we know, he is living in Texas with the boys and has full custody of them. And then her mom Peggy. Do you think she could have known?
I don't know enough about her.
Well, we don't know that much, or I didn't put that much in here. There's a little bit more, but yeah, she only donated that $10 through the website, which I think is a little strange to just.
Her mom?
Yeah, her mom donated $10 to her.
That's generous.
Well, it's like, obviously she probably gave her other money, or she just was in on it, and never just was like, I don't want to donate that much.
I mean, who knows? Moms are weird.
Bill?
Moms
Yeah.
get up to weird stuff. They're gullible. Who knows?
Moms are up to weird
But
stuff.
Peggy said things like, I held Amanda's hand during her chemo.
That is pretty sussy.
That is, right?
Yeah, we know that. That's just.
Oh, that never happened.
That's just not
Oh,
true.
so then she's 100% in
Yeah,
on it.
I feel like she has to be.
Yeah.
I think
How
they
can
both
the
were.
whole family be in on something so terrible?
Yeah.
It's like, but how could they have not known? First, it
Maybe
went on for
He knew.
years
He
and
knew.
years
He
and
knew.
years.
You know.
I agree. I feel like
She
there's
could be
no
a
doubt.
product of her environment. Maybe the whole fam is kind of crazy.
It is the mom's
That's
idea.
kind of what I'm
Yeah.
thinking too.
I mean, there's certain.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sometimes you learn to lie from adults, so
Yeah.
it's quite possible. So,
And that's
yeah,
that.
That's that.
Well, we listen.
That was a saga.
What's her name? Amanda. We're all waiting.
We see you, girl.
We're waiting. We can't wait to receive you with
We're with you.
with puka shell necklaces and those aloha flowers. We're gonna be
Lace?
waiting outside prison for her.
Yeah.
With
There you go.
lays to put on.
Lace,
Yeah.
yeah, lace and puka shells. Welcome, Queen.
Yeah.
We're so proud of
It'll
you.
be us giving those.
yeah, it's so
Okay,
fine.
fine. You want to play hardball? 3 Bevos.
Real
3
Bevo.
Bevos
Wow.
for the exclusive. Donated to St. Jude's. Wowee.
Case closed. That's
Case
very
closed. I'm so
Case
happy
has
that
been
she went to
closed.
jail at least.
Me too.
There's like nobody died.
No,
Money
nobody
was
died.
stolen, which is horrible.
Yeah,
But she went to jail.
yeah. I mean, I
Her
really.
kids are obviously in my opinion, the truest victim in it all. I mean,
Yeah, and Alita too. Yeah, got to be so traumatizing to think that your mother's dying of cancer, and then find out it was all me. God, I can't even imagine what that would be like.
well, they were so young too when it was happening. They would have no space to question that.
But it's like as they get older too, and
Yeah,
they're
it will
gonna
take
hear
years
about
of
everything.
Unpacking.
That's gonna fuck them up.
Totally. No, it's horrible. And then I always go back to the support groups. That's what really gets me the most. The fact that she would sit around all these people who are actually dying and suffering of cancer and hang out with them.
That's a mental disability, right?
Yeah.
She's got something going
She's
on.
got it. I'm surprised that they never they never brought it up in court. So there's no knowledge of anything when it comes to her mental health, but got to be something, right?
Need a better lawyer.
Let me ask ChatGPT to diagnose
Physically healthy, definitely not mentally healthy.
Can you give me some possible diagnoses for mental illnesses of Amanda C. Riley,
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
No shot that it.
aka
that. I'm
sorry?
Scamanda? You don't think so? It was definitely gonna hook me up.
I'm afraid
It's giving me this bullshit. You shouldn't diagnose. Yeah, shut up. But it's giving me factitious disorder. This is a condition in which a person deliberately fabricates or exaggerates symptoms of illness. I've never heard of that.
That's factitious disorder. We brought it up
Factitious
earlier.
disorder. That's the Munchausen.
Munchausen, yeah.
So then they say Munchausen syndrome is a severe form of factitious disorder where a person repeatedly acts as if they have a physical or mental illness when they're not. I mean, that she has.
Well,
There's
no,
question about that.
she actually
Munchausen?
doesn't because
How?
the difference between what Amanda did is technically called malingering, and that's when you're faking an illness, but you're not actually making yourself sick. People with Munchausen or Munchausen by proxy, which is now factitious disorder, actually go to the extent of making themselves sick. Like people will drink bleach. You know, she never actually, as far as I understand, she never
shoulda
actually
drank
did
bleach.
any of that.
I wish she'd drink bleach.
She's not a full sender.
She didn't full send on it.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Half fucking sender, dude.
Yep.
This one is definitely ringing true to me. Narcissistic personality disorder.
Yeah.
This disorder is characterized by patterns of grandiosity, a constant need for admiration, and a lack of empathy. Individuals may lie or manipulate others to maintain their self-image and gain admiration or sympathy. Antisocial personality disorder. People with this disorder often exhibit a disregard for the rights of others and are prone to deceit and manipulation for personal gain or pleasure. Yeah, it's just listing all the greatest hits. Borderline personality disorder. This disorder is
All the
marked by
greatest
instability. She's got it all.
She got it all.
Yeah. Pathological lying.
Maybe histrionic or
Hold it.
Pseudology fantastica.
pseudology fantastic.
What a fucking name.
I've never heard of that one.
Sounds sick.
It's pathological lying. Pseudologia fantastica.
Fantastic.
This is a standalone diagnosis, but a behavior often seen in various mental illness disorders where an individual habitually lies, often creating elaborate and fantastical stories. Sorry, it says this is not a standalone diagnosis, but a behavior seen. Encyclopedia Britannica.
Very good. Very good.
Well, there it is.
There it is.
That's it.
What a joy. What a fun little departure. Love to do it again.
Oh my God.
We should definitely check in when she gets out.
Yeah.
Or any updates.
Have you studied the case of Boogie?
Oh, I don't know.
That's such a banger.
He took the opposite approach of providing no information about his cancer.
Right.
Kind of interesting.
No, that was her approach too.
No, she was given too much information.
Well, so she sued this lady Nancy for, I think it was like a pseudo defamation,
It was civil harassment. I looked.
civil harassment, and all she had to do was provide that she had cancer, and she could not do it.
Right.
And she would have won, but it took 2 years.
I know. I've been in a lawsuit for 3 fucking years.
I know. I've followed the whole.
Only one is gone.
It's so annoying, dude. I can't imagine.
Cav. Although, I mean, he's providing really good content.
He really is.
I was watching this morning some of you guys reviewing the movie.
Oh, dude.
I still haven't watched that part.
Fuck.
To catch up.
Oh, you gotta get
Crazy.
on Skillhouse. Skillhouse train.
Yeah,
Hashtag
I'm behind.
That
I
was
hate
very
being
fun.
behind. I need to know.
Yeah. Well, anyway, listen, guys. You guys can check out Kendall at where can everyone find your stuff?
So I have a show called True Crime with Kendall Ray. It's on YouTube. It's also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I also host a show called Mile Higher with my husband. That's also on all the same platforms. And then I also do I need a little break from the true crime sometimes because it gets heavy. So I
Really?
do like current events and fun, like we play games and stuff. It's called The Sesh with my cousin Janelle. So
Love it.
You remember the last one you did where you're like, I need a break?
Oh man, probably last week. There was one last week where I try not to cry in my content because I feel like I don't want to make it about me. I normally try to keep that to before and after. But like, it's just something about this last one was so rough that I just couldn't.
What happened?
I couldn't
What was
help it? It was, oh my God, this.
In a nutshell.
This 19-year-old, she was living in this apartment complex, and this guy worked there. He was like a maintenance worker, and she also worked there as well. And basically, he was into her, trying to come on to her, and she rejected him. And because he worked there, he had access to the keys.
Oh,
and,
I think I know that story.
Oh, really? Yeah.
He's a fucking creep. He was filming from inside her apartment and stuff.
It may have been.
Maybe another creep.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure that's
Yeah.
happened more than once.
Yeah, no, it was terrible. I mean, some of them just get really, really heavy.
So he killed her, I'm
sometimes.
assuming.
Yeah, he did, and then he killed himself before any, they wasn't able to be held accountable, and the police fucked that one up. It was
shocking.
It was really
Yeah.
angering. Yeah,
That's
but
devastating.
beautiful girl, Mia Marcano.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that wasn't, I don't know about that one.
I mean, it's so common. Any type. I've been
We
talking a lot
recently
about like
watched-
breakup violence and rejection violence, and
Oh.
it's incredibly common.
We recently watched that one video that was like on YouTube.
Which one?
About this young guy who did so much in his neighborhood, and they have him and the mom in the interrogation room.
Yeah.
That one was very
Is that the
heavy.
one where he cut off his head and played with his body and shit and brought
Ew.
the head home?
Jesus.
With the older lady.
I don't remember. We watched a lot lately, and my brain is kind of scrambled for it. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. So tomorrow we'll be live for members. It's Thursday. Thank you to our wonderful members who support our show graciously. We're so appreciative, and I look forward to entertaining you all tomorrow. Also, BTS is available for members. Check that out. Once again, thank you so much to Kendall Ray for bringing this wonderful presentation.
Thank you, guys.
It was so much fun.
This was so much fun for me.
Scamanda is now. We're on to you, girl. You will never.
We support you forever, girl.
No, yeah. She never lied.
Which, by the way, I'm a member, and it won't let me chat. And I've been a member for
Dan
years.
must have banned you.
Oh, you're probably banned.
What?
I've never chatted before,
No,
though.
it
How,
just
so how would you
glitches out
ban me?
sometimes.
It
Dan
just,
just
I
randomly
just
bans
can't
people.
chat
He's
for some
fucked up.
reason.
That's
We're gonna
crazy.
fix that.
That is
It needs to
weird.
be fixed.
I will check right
Yeah.
now. Hold on.
Oh, yeah,
Hold on.
we'll
We'll
wait
move
for
off
that,
here.
Dan.
Because I want to
Okay.
be exonerated
All
on
right.
this.
Dan
Do not
just
think that
banned.
you're banned.
It's a real problem. People write us all the time like, Dan banned me. Dan banned me.
Well, I
Dan
never
banned me."
chatted, so I don't think I would have been banned.
Nah, he found you.
I went out of my way to manually do it. All right, here we go. Hidden users. And I'm going to expand.
Should be under
And
Kendall
then
Ray.
what account?
Kendall Ray.
Just her main account, yeah.
Kendall. 0 out of 0 found. You are not on the ban list.
Okay, but
Yeah, so I think it's like a YouTube glitch.
does it
think
tell
you're
you
glitched.
something when you try to chat?
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I
What
could.
was the error?
Well, I could troubleshoot it.
I guess I could
could
hop on right
troubleshoot
now
it.
and try to do it.
Oh, yeah, we're literally live right now.
Oh, love
Yeah,
it.
here, let me just try.
Oh yeah, you could try. This is so exciting, you guys. This is true crime of
Boots
another
on the ground.
variety. Boots on the ground reporting.
We're investigating
Absolutely.
live.
Well, I hope I'm even logged into my YouTube account because I left my iPad in airport security, so I had to buy a new one when I got here.
That is
God.
that's really
That's truly devastating.
wild.
Yeah, members only mode. But I am a member and I'm in my Kendall Ray account. And when I go, like, where do I see? Yeah, see perks. So I've been a member, for a year and 9 months.
You're the
But it
best.
says no. It says
Wait,
I
it
can't.
literally won't even let you type in?
No, it just says members only mode.
That actually, so that's a glitch because if you're banned, you still can type. Your messages just won't show up for anybody. You won't actually necessarily even know that you're banned. So the fact that you can't type at all tells me that your account is glitched. Glitched, yo.
You're glitched, bro.
He's jealous of
Bro.
Well, listen, you're not missing out on anything. Trust me.
That's okay. I'm not a big live
better to
chatter.
let it be.
Well, I almost never get to see you guys live because I record Monday, Wednesday, Friday afternoon. So it's like I very rarely catch it. But when I do, I love it.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Of
you.
course. Thank you
And,
guys for having me.
Once again, thank you. It was so much fun. I'm so
course.
fucking hot. Sorry that
I'm hot too. I'm
our
sweating a little
AC is
bit.
dog
The
shit.
AC here is a problem.
We gotta
You
deal
gotta
with
fix
it.
it.
We gotta deal with
So
it.
hot.
It's not fair to bring guests into this.
Oh, I'm
Not fair.
It's not right. It's not right.
Or ourselves.
Yeah. It's obviously self-preservation. It's hard to sit here when it's so fucking hot.
It is, especially with the lights. It's just like.
Oh, the light.
Anyway, my life is hard. You guys know it. Troubled times. In fact, I have a vlog, giftcardsforethan.com. If you guys want to support my my mental health journey, I had a weird blood test a few months ago. I don't have a cancer diagnosis, but I did ChatGPT it.
Yeah.
And so if you guys want to support me on this journey, giftcardsforethan.com. Thank you, everybody.
See you Friday.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.